probably left. Would be my
Hell.
assumption.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense.
All right. Yeah, sending data to YouTube, streaming on Twitch, supposedly.
We've done it. I should give us passive views on Twitch. Hang on. I'll be a good friend.
Yeah.
It's me, muting myself to watch myself for no reason.
We also need those follows on Twitch. You said we have like 100 and some odd subscribers on YouTube. We got to send those people to Twitch. We can get affiliate over there real quick.
Yeah. I think we'll
I'll
get
just start
pretty...
like 5 accounts on Twitch.
Who's leaving and joining?
Did anything happen? I got some friends I can beg. I'll go tell them.
We can
I don't know why I haven't.
Okay.
Done that.
I need to.
Okay.
I need to start like raiding more often. Whenever you guys.
Yeah.
I think if we start playing games and stuff over there, it'll be fine.
We do it
That's
once
what'll
in a while.
happen.
Okay. Well, we've got a viewer
Alright,
on
we're
Twitch
live
right
on
now, so we're
YouTube.
definitely live.
Yay, we did it. I'm proud of
Hey,
us.
viewer.
All right, we're gonna have an interesting. I forgot about Guzman's GIF at the top of the screen. My God.
You're welcome.
How dare you?
I know. Sarah, do you want to fight me about the way I said the word GIF?
I am backing
Hmm.
Ethan up on this. So like,
No, how dare you?
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah, I call it
You
a
know,
I knew she was my favorite.
I swear to
Absolutely the
God,
fuck
you
not.
can't say GIF and then also have to end up correcting the way you say sigil because you were saying sigil.
I
I'm
don't
gonna-
say sigil right. I'm aware of that. There's no D in it.
Oh my
Yeah, I do put
God.
the D in sigil.
Oh my. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. We're not gonna do.
I know sigil is
GIF,
wrong,
I'm gonna say
but I
GIF
say it
every
anyway
time.
because
Yeah.
I've read it in books a million times, and my brain always
Just
goes,
like
it's
you
sigil.
know that, GIF is wrong, but you say it wrong
No.
anyways.
No. Giant giraffe GIF. I'm right. I always have been. Always
Disgusting.
will be.
Okay,
It's like the peanut butter.
you just live your life in denial.
Well, let's do some like I don't know if this will go on the podcast or not, but it's like some pre-game stuff. We have a couple of people out, one of which for an illness, which is Tegan. She won't be able to join us because she is sick and her voice is not working. And another is because she's gone to a part of Canada that's not allowed to have internet or something. I don't know what the deal with that is, but Iris and Cleo will not be here this week either, but that was planned. Tegan, unfortunately, was not planned. She is ill. So, with that in mind, welcome to Punch and Roll for Initiative. I am Ethan Gray, your dungeon master. I have a new audio drama out on Audio Mazes called hang on.
The Necromancer's Guide to
Reviving Your Dead Lover?
There you
Is
go.
that it?
Yeah.
It has a very manga title, and I love it very much. I am the Shadow Daddy. I am the love interest, the Southern man love interest. I am the sassy crow. I am a lot of fun characters in that audio drama. It was a labor of love. I like it very much. I hope everybody else does too. But that is what I have out now. And I'm going to go just kind of left to right this week. So Kaida, Marie.
hi, my name is Marie Mitchell, and I do narration and character work. And apparently, as of last episode, I should look into promo work. You may know me from webtoons.com because, hi, my name is Fishball. Anyway, a fun fact about Kaida is she used to race the farm dogs on all fours. She never won, but she got real fast.
I'm looking up Fishball. What is Fishball?
Fishball is from my giant nerdy boyfriend.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. How many of these have you voiced?
For Fishball, I've only done episode, I think I did the trailer and I did episode 1 that I don't think is technically released yet, but the trailer is.
That's crazy. I've read this before. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Up next is I lost the screen that I was looking at. Raz.
Hey,
Rhodey.
I'm Rhodey. I play Raz. I got a lot of stuff actually going on, but mostly editing right now. And I'm trying to think of a fun thing for Raz that's not gonna get y'all all agitated
warned
at
you.
me. I know. I'm trying. Okay.
How did you not think about this ahead of
It should
time?
not
I
be
did,
this hard
but
to find a non-racist
I've had other stuff
fact
going
about
on that
Raz.
has distracted me.
No.
No, I just have to be sure that y'all aren't going to try to spin it on me.
I
But that's what we're
absolutely
saying.
will.
Why is it so hard to find a
Find a way.
non-classist, racist thing?
Yeah.
to say?
All right. So anyway, Raz was raised in a highly military like clan, and so he's committed his whole life to warfare, especially against harpies. And with all that dedication, he's never actually had a romantic relationship before.
I knew you were a virgin already.
You know?
It's not shocking.
Not saying anything.
But-
Lots of incel vibes coming out of. Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
See, I can't say anything. I'm never giving another fact about Raz
You
ever
should
again.
just
He will be a man of mystery. You will know nothing. So enjoy that.
Mystery no one wants to unravel.
That's fine.
Exactly.
Aw.
I'm just saying, virgin enemies to lovers is pretty cool. I
I
like
only
that.
came up with that
This is a
because
good
you
trend.
brought it up in the first place. So I was like, yeah, I like that. I'll go
No,
with that.
no, I am all for this. I think it adds to the like will they won't they dynamic everyone else was seeing in Raz and the Harpy that Raz himself was absolutely not seeing.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat actually just said Raz's first can be a harpy, and I'm gonna lose it.
It's so good. All right, Redvold, you have next.
Well, hi, I'm Aaron, the narrator behind Redvold. What's going on with me these days is next week I start recording the book Chaos Blade, which is a lit RPG by A.P. Beswick. I've done something like 14 dark fantasy stories for this author. This is his first foray into lit RPGs, and I'm very much excited to get started on Chaos Blade. Fun fact about Redvold is a while ago, after a kabuki theater troupe came to town and it captivated all of the villagers, Redvold found he really rather enjoys shadow puppetry as a form of art. Not quite dexterous enough to be able to give it a go himself, but he does enjoy watching a bit of shadow puppetry.
I know what we're doing next time we're in a cave and we've got lights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, is it spite? You know what? No, I'm gonna just hold my tongue for once in my life. It'll be a miracle. Beryl, you were up next. Zach.
I am Zach Rosenfeld. I'm currently recording an audiobook for the previously mentioned Audio Mazes. It's called World Spark. It's got Indiana Jones mummy vibes. It's awesome and fun. It's also the reason that my voice may be a little off today because I was mostly doing like wilds and exertion sounds and a bunch of phoenix screeches, which really fucked me up. But it was super fun. Beryl, little fact about Beryl is that he attempted to work a magical gem into a piece of armor, but instead unknowingly and unintentionally resonated with it, and that is how he came to have his little buddy Garnet. Because I couldn't think of a fun fact, I just dropped some Beryl lore.
I love that. And last but absolutely not least, joining us as a guest this week is someone who you may have heard behind the scenes, Sarah Dawn. She's going to be joining us. And don't introduce your character, Sarah. You'll get to do that in narrative. So welcome. Tell us all about you and your something you want to promote or just in general, things you're up to.
Okay, good, because I didn't want to say anything about her yet. I'm Sarah Dawn. I am currently just auditioning again because I am coming out of maternity leave from just having a whole child. So, after 3 months of that, I'm getting back into it. I'll be doing human voices only on April 17th, but other than that, nothing else currently happening other than auditioning.
Awesome. Let's promote human voices only. Does somebody want to do the pitch for that too? I think it's worth like talking about here as something that I think is valuable.
Keep going,
I
Sarah.
can pitch it if you. Yeah, you want to talk about it, Sarah?
Oh, well, fine. On April 17th, a bunch of amazing human voices will be flooding your social medias with those voices, doing excerpts for, oh my God, you guys are putting me on the spot. I just wrote out a whole thing for this too for my post.
I can do it if you
So,
want. I don't care.
human writing and human narrating. Go for it. Add to it.
Yeah. We we're all voice actors, and so we are all subject to the whims of the industry around voice acting, which is intent on using AI voices, especially in audiobooks, because it lowers the cost. And there are a lot of not fun reasons that I don't want to say out loud. But yeah, that is something that a group of voice actors, which I believe it's run by Sam, right? Or she's
Yeah,
kind of
Sam.
like started the initiative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has like started doing that. And maybe we can link to her page or something on this episode to like let people know about that, help support it. I mean, it's something I think we all believe in and hope prevents more AI from happening and taking our jobs away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam
right.
is Samantha
Well-
Norbury, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's like I'm just like everybody knows Sam. Yeah, it's Sam. Anyway. Okay, with that in mind, I'm going to kind of bring us back into the story. Where we last left off, our heroes have just graduated, become well divers. They have traveled out to meet Bast, one of the gods of this world, a god in the circle of 12, which is not the most powerful circle, but the next most powerful. His house happens to his pub house, whatever you want to call it, happens to be a large pub inside a Titan skull. Some of our party are currently sleeping on the second floor of that pub, and some of them are asleep in the dining room area, pub area of the pub itself, because they just performed surgery on another a person who was in the well with them earlier to remove a gem from her stomach. And in doing this, have discovered a lot of things about maybe the interpersonal relationships that Imania seems to have with other people, but also kind of the conflict between harpies and the first, and a few other things that seem like they may be shrouded in mystery and confusing, and that Tarvin really likes these types of books, apparently, which is good. Currently, the party is split as Iris and Raziel have walked Amania home to her house because she got a little too drunk after performing surgery, as all good doctors do. And she is currently unconscious in her room, in her house or townhouse. And we open on a scene where Iris has just had her cat figurine in her purse going off, or her fanny pack. I forget she has a fanny pack, not a purse. She opens up her fanny pack and hears the voice of Ren saying to her, "Hey, Iris, so we have a problem and Bast is on it." And you hear Bast's voice just very briefly, "You need to get out of town immediately. Iris, if you have any way to get out, get everyone out of that place now." And Rin takes back over and says, "Yeah, so he's really scared, but what happened is, so a couple of things. I'll be fast. You remember I took over that guy's body. I walked him back to the church. I didn't know what to say as him, so pretty quickly I got found out. But one thing I noticed is that they seem to be looking for you guys. One, the Order of the Martyr seems to be looking for you. And two, the guy you guys killed, he's not dead. He was at the church. So bad news bears, that guy's alive. Or bad news cats? I don't know. But that guy's alive, and also they seem to be looking for you, so you should probably leave." Iris then like politely hangs up her phone, runs and wakes up, tries to wake up Amania, realizes she can't, tells Opal to watch Emmy and take care of her whenever she wakes up, to tell her where they've gone, leaves Emmy a quickly scribbled note just telling them what's happening, and goes to Raziel, wakes him up, and Raz, as you're awoken by Iris, she informs you of all the things I just said. What would you like to do?
Whew. I guess Raz is gonna be diligent and gather his things, and if Iris is urgent to leave, then he'll try to prepare as quickly as possible and follow her out.
So Iris is going to tell you as you were beginning to leave that she is going to go and try to get in contact with some of her connections to help everyone get out of town. This might take her a little bit, and so she tells you to just get out, like get to the pub, get everybody else, and if you need to get out of town, do it. Whatever you need to do, just do it. But she's going to try to send you some help in getting out of town.
Okay. So I'll play messenger and try to head back towards the pub.
Okay. As you're headed back towards the pub, would you roll a perception check for me?
Okay.
I've got to learn to control my uhs because that last episode I was like,
No, you're good.
help,
Let's
God.
turn it into a drinking game at one point.
Everyone would die. With an 11, see, I just did it again. With an 11, you don't, notice anything different about the city. It is still early in the morning in this very big town. There's always some kind of business happening, right? But you begin to see warriors, especially in this area, moving toward the last wall, the academy. They are moving toward basically going into the well to kind of do their day job, which is going to hunt monsters in the world below.
Mm-hmm.
They go to different levels based on their badges and try to farm ingredients and hunt monsters and get whatever materials they can and earn their keep, basically. You also see a lot of people, opening up their shops. You see some people closing their shops, ones that are more focused around nighttime activities like gambling and other things like that. And in general, you just see a lot of kind of like transitory, like changing of the day. There's like a changing of the guard going on as you're kind of moving through town. It's very hustle and bustle. But you don't notice anything else on your way over to the pub.
Okay.
When you arrive, before he gets here, I'm going to put you outside the door there, Raz.
Yep.
Before he arrives, you all have been awoken by Bast. Who all was upstairs? It was, I think, Beryl
Yeah,
was
I was
with
upstairs.
Red, right? Was anybody else sleeping upstairs? Okay. When you wake up in the morning, Beryl, you're awoken by Bast, and you notice that Ren is like sitting in her chair that she was sitting in, kind of overwatching Scarlett, and her eyes are just kind of rolled back in the back of her, up into her eye sockets, as she seems to be doing something. You begin to notice this is a familiar thing that she's done a few times. It seems like whenever she's controlling multiple things or talking through multiple places, she seems to like have to be still and her eyes roll back. So Scarlett comes to and is trying to like get up and still has quite a bit of an injury. And Bast is encouraging all of you to meet downstairs.
Okay. So he wakes us up to meet downstairs, not just to say, like, get out of town.
Yeah, no, he's telling you to get up and go downstairs.
Okay, well, Beryl will hastily grab all his things. He left some of it on a bed for, like, Iris to come back and sleep in, but she never did. So he gathers up all of his stuff and he heads downstairs.
Okay. Hang on one second. I'm so sorry.
I also, listening back, I fully forgot, because we like moved away and came back to Beryl, and by that point I had a headache. I totally forgot to look for that. You said there was like a snake creature that somebody had sensed that I totally forgot to look for. Just in passing, do I notice anything while I'm getting ready this morning?
Roll a perception check as you're getting ready,
I
and then I may have to do something for 1 second.
Yeah. Perception.
Oh yeah, no.
No,
With a 7.
7.
Yeah, with a 7, as you're kind of moving around the room trying to hurriedly grab all of your stuff and the stuff that you felt like you needed for Iris. It's probably distracting because Red is just like awake still. It seems like he never went to sleep. Scarlett's trying to sit up and wounded, and Rin has her eyes like rolled back in her head. So it seems like there's just kind of like a lot of chaos going on. But they begin moving downstairs. I am so sorry. I need to take just like 30 seconds. I have to sort out a child. I will be right back.
Parenthood is the real hood.
Now, when he says sort out a child,
He's presumably talking about one of his own, but we can't be
Okay.
sure.
Assume.
It makes an ass out of you and me.
What are you saying,
Well-
Rody?
I don't know.
Redvold will be very much annoyed to find out that the person that he killed under orders isn't actually dead.
Yeah, I don't know if we have learned that information yet, or if that was just passed on to Iris and therefore Raz. But
Right.
It'll be passed on
I'm-
as soon as I
I'm-
walk through
I'm
the door, though.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too.
When
And
I
the
kill
worst part is
someone, I kill them.
right?
I
When
have his
kill someone, They
badge.
stay dead.
I have his badge, I have his cloak, and I have his sword. So it's gonna be real
Yeah.
annoying when we run into him.
Oh, he's gonna be looking
Think
for
of
you.
how great it could be to kill him again with his own sword, though.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Good point.
I know none of this.
I know nothing.
you don't.
Jon Snow.
We don't even know who you are.
You know nothing. No?
All right, before this is revealed, and Sarah, you don't confirm or deny, who would love it if she ends up being that snake creature that's in the ceiling?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say, don't reveal it, but is your character gonna have a tail?
Oh no.
No.
Lord.
I
I'm
can
back. Sorry
reveal
about
there's
that.
no tail.
Say only if you and Hell were
Where's
in
the
the game
nearest
together
tail?
would you be playing a
Yeah.
character with a tail. Right?
No, if Hell was here, there would be tails.
Mhm.
Yeah, if they only knew the other game we've played.
Ooh, you should play as Tails, like from Sonic the
Ooh.
Hedgehog. You guys should just
Okay.
reenact.
Sonic D&D. Oh,
We
man.
just get like Sonic pregnant D&D. Anyway, hi guys, I'm back.
No, no.
Sorry about that. I have I'm sure my recording, because I did not stop it, just picked up a lot of
Good.
good dad voice yelling, which will be fun. Get to bed. Like a lot of that stuff. It'll be fun. Okay, so with that in mind, Bast hustles downstairs alongside Red and Scarlet, and Ren is still upstairs, but she will join down in a minute. Tarvin he was asleep downstairs, but he comes upstairs kind of bleary-eyed, looking around and seeing the situation. Pick flies down from the rafters where she has been sleeping. Guzman also similarly does not sleep, and so he has like already made breakfast, and he has made shots again,
Just slinging
despite
drinks
the
all night.
fact, despite the fact that you guys probably don't want shots after last night. He already has like a shot laid out for each of you.
Beryl was gonna ask for one if he hadn't.
Breakfast shot, baby. You know, he has that same brackish like liquid already set out for you with like a breakfast meal.
Yeah.
Well, Redvold missed out on most of the fun last night, so he'll start the day right.
Yeah.
Was it hair of the dog?
Get
Is
over
that
here.
what they say?
Get over here to this
Yeah.
bar with me, Redfold. It's no better treat for being woken up and told to get the fuck downstairs than to start the day with a shot.
Holding up
walks up.
my fungal stretcher under my arm as I go to reach for a shot.
Love that you carry that everywhere.
I'll
Yep.
never live down the fact that I called it a fungal stretcher, because every time it's not gross, but it sounds gross.
It does.
All right, I'm very chaotic today. I'm
It's his
sorry.
prized possession. He earned it.
Is
Gotta help
Bast?
me.
Oh, Bast is in the room. Yeah, he came downstairs. I
Yeah,
see.
he came downstairs too, and he immediately like starts scarfing food over there, like next to Guzman, and Guzman's like, "Hey, boss, what's going on?" And Bast just kind of gives him a goofy, like a frustrated look, and says, "Okay, quick status update, everyone. So here's the thing. Ren was able to, well, this is easier whenever she can explain it. She took over the body of Iris with her permission, and then she took over the body of a member of the Order of the Martyr, and then she walked that member of the Martyr back to the church, foolishly. We've both now discussed that was stupid, but that is who Ren is. And when she got there, she wasn't able to answer some pretty basic questions about who she was, because she sounded like herself. And she saw the man that Redvold you cut the throat of. So he is alive, and the church is looking for you. Or at least this specific order is. I don't know how they know who you are. I don't know how, well, beyond the fact that this man is somehow alive, I don't know how they found him. I sent Arcanists down there to recover his body before they should have been able to go down. But I've been told that other gods sent their own people down at the same time that I did. And so someone I think, beat my people to it. And so he was recovered and somehow revived. So he's
Do you think the
alive.
church would prefer that I finish the job, kill him again, or no?
I'm worried that would
Sorry.
only make a martyr out of him. And Beryl elbows
Oh.
Revolt.
Me as Ethan has very little brain cells today, and I broke so hard on that I couldn't respond. I'm sorry. He looks at you like decidedly frustrated, and he says, Redvold, I appreciate your dedication to forthrightedness and your willingness to be loyal and to do as asked, but maybe don't tell... I'm not going to tell you what to do with your patron. I would hate it if somebody did that to me, so never mind. I am worried that this came I don't know who this came from. I'm worried it could have been any of the gods who were with the lore master. I'm worried it could have been the Order of the Martyr themselves. I don't know who went in the well and found him. I don't know why the well hasn't shifted. You are familiar that every time the guardian of a level in the well is killed, the whole level shifts and everyone is basically pushed out, and the level changes. When you go back down to the first level of the well, it shouldn't be the same thing any longer, and yet it is still the same thing. It has not shifted. That, as far as I'm aware, has never happened before.
Well, I just assumed we didn't actually kill the Guardian.
I believed you had, but now that you mention that, maybe the Guardian is hidden away somewhere. Either way, none of this has ever happened, so I don't really know what to do of it. I don't know what to make of it, but there are people going to the well now to do business, and they are either not going to be allowed to go in, or they're going to go to the same level you went to and find the same carnage that you did, unless it's been cleaned up.
So we killed a guy and forgot to double tap. Rookie mistake. But before, just to dumb it down for me, how bad is this on a scale of oops to we broke the world?
The assassins of the church, the biggest church in the world, are looking for you. They don't typically ask questions without torture. At least 3 of the 6 most powerful gods in the world are looking for you. And everyone wants answers, but I'm pretty sure they're going to find them in their own way. So what I would recommend, and you are independent mortals. I should allow you to make your own decisions. I understand that. I am worried about Anand. He has been missing for longer than he should have been. Rin has been trying to reach him and incapable of doing so. I want to ask you to go and find him for me. It would get you out of town, potentially solve the problem, and also get some heat off of you and allow you to help. If you want to go and speak to someone, the church or the gods, you should or can. I'm worried about Anand, and I don't know who else to send, as I don't have anyone remaining at this point to help me.
For my clarity, is he saying specifically that the Order of the Martyr, this wing of the church, are the ones looking for us and tend to employ torture, etc., etc., or is it the well divers themselves who are looking for us?
Right. So what he's implying, and I know this is a lot to keep in everybody's mind, so I'm sorry. I know this is all new, but there are 3 factions effectively looking for you right now. The well divers themselves want answers for what happened. Bast is a member of that group, and so he has been able to kind of hold them off. So he he is, insinuated that they are not as big of a concern because he is a member of the Welldivers himself, as is Anand. They're both like gods that are members of this order. The Order of the Martyr is a group of, is a sect within the church, and they are the Inquisitors and the Assassins of the church. They are looking for you as well, alongside Scarlet, Red, Pick, and Tarva, and they're looking for all 8 of you, or all however, like 6 plus whatever of you. They're looking for all of you, and whenever they get people, they tend to only want answers in the form of torture. They are less concerned about interrogation and more concerned about like imprisonment, assassination, torture. That's kind of their thing. And then he said there are also 3 gods looking for you that are members of the 6. He hasn't identified who they are, but they, it sounds like they are also kind of like trying to figure out what's going on.
Did we have reason to believe that the Order or the Martyr are in league with the Welldivers, or have maybe just infiltrated them?
The one thing what you know about them in the past is that the spire, the large like twisting spire that is the church's headquarters in this area, is like off to the side of the Welldiver area. So the two are like intrinsically linked, but they are not, aligned, if that makes sense. Okay. You can think about it kind of like Notre Dame in the Catholic Church. Like, there is a cathedral at Notre Dame, the school, but at the same time, like, not everybody there is like a believing Catholic or whatever you want to call it. They also have like, most of the church members are members of the Welldivers because they want to have access to the well, but the two are not intrinsically linked as if they like agree on.
Sure, I just thought in a conspiracy sense, we were worried that the Martyrs were like infiltrating positions of power in the Welldivers. But either way, that clarifies, because Beryl then is most kind of hung up on that, like they're gonna look for answers and they're gonna resort to torture, and Beryl's like, I need to tell my parents to lay low or get out, or Bast, can you have the Welldivers protect them? I don't want these martyrs to torture them looking for me.
Yes, if you were able to, okay. I have limited resources. If you go after Anand, I can use the rest of my resources to protect your families, if I know who they are. If you're not going after Anand, I need to send the remainder of my people to try to find him. So either, if you want to go and protect your own family, you can, but I can protect them if you will help me with Anand. And to be perfectly honest, the people I have left are... I worry that they're not up to the task.
Beryl kind of looks around at Redvold, Kaida, like, what do you guys think about this?
We got gods breathing down our necks and Anand is missing. I think we've got to stop thinking like students and start thinking like Welldivers. We get out, we find Anand. Hopefully Bast keeps our families safe. And we figure out why everybody cares before they decide we're better off erased.
I agree. I am all for us helping the bigger picture by looking for Anand. Bast, I have a question.
Yes.
I made a deal with my patron that I would continue to report to him about my adventures and activities. In return, he would take care of my family for me while I'm away. I'm concerned that I may have done wrong. It is difficult for me to believe that my patron may have done wrong with the information I gave him. So I would like an opportunity to be able to prove that Leonin was not a negative entity. During the next time that I report back to Leonin, is there some information or some thing that I could tell him that is true, that should it be leaked or revealed would indicate to you that Leonin is innocent or guilty of these actions.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. This is a really smart argument you're making. And frankly, Bast is impressed with this like recommendation coming from you. So yeah, please roll persuasion with advantage.
This is going to be so good with a -1 to charisma.
Hey, you're making a
Hey.
good case. Yeah.
Advantage, that's a 10.
Even with a 10, because again, you're making a very good point. He looks at you and he says, should you return? Well, how often do you think you'll check in?
Usually whenever I return to this town or when I receive a summons.
Has he ever contacted you magically? I know he has people who are capable.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
This is something perhaps to mull over and think about. This is not something you need to answer now.
It is a very good argument. Let me give you a name. And maybe before your next check-in, we can talk about the context in which it's used. Left tack.
Left tack.
Remember that word. I wouldn't use it to Leonin without context, but this is me showing a sign of trust to you that this is something that you... If you were to mention this and it were to get out, it would only be from whoever heard it. And the only ones who have heard that word are those of us in this room, and I, as far as I know, so far, trust all of you. So I... Yes, reach out. I would prefer it if you reach out to me ahead of time. Speaking of which, before you left, Raz, you would have been handed the cat figurine from Iris so that you could be contacted by Rin, because otherwise you guys don't have a way to contact Bast and Rin with that. And with that in mind, this is about the time that you get here. It's up to you what you want to do. If you want to like try to listen in from outside or come into the pub, but if you were, moving fast, you would be here by now.
I'm just saying, Raz has not seen a door that he doesn't like to try to walk through. So he would come in.
That's a good point. Okay. Yeah, you can open the door. You can just click on it and go in. So at this point, you open the door and see everyone seems to be having some kind of meeting. You can assume it's about what you've been told, and Rin comes downstairs at the same time that you walk in. And everyone kind of looks up in your direction.
I see Bast.
I have a quick question for the DM.
Yes, sir.
in character. So we've just heard that a character was resurrected out of game. I know that resurrection must have been after a minute, so it's not a revivify spell. It's a higher level resurrection. Would resurrection magic be commonly known practice, or is it a crazy thing that someone's been resurrected by the church?
So
There are resurrection spells in this game?
yeah, you can come back from the dead, kind of.
Hell yeah.
There are actually, so what Redvald is referring to is or what Aaron specifically is referring to, is there are spells that can be cast, like if you die within 1 minute, I think it is Revivify, you have a certain time limit basically to bring that person back. And you have to do it quick or they are dead. And that's the lowest level of like reviving somebody. Then there's resurrection spells. There are undead, necromancer spells that bring somebody's body back, but not their spirit. All kinds of things like that. As you're kind of like thinking this through, Rin walks downstairs. God, I'm sorry. My throat keeps clogging up. If you would like to ask that question to Rin, because she actually physically saw the person, it might help a little bit. But in this world, like your general knowledge of how resurrection works is that it is magic is a relatively difficult to come by resource in this world, because people have to, tap the well for arcane abilities, or have a patron, or have some kind of a magical connection to something else in general. whether it's nature or gems or something. You know, magic was limited in this world when you guys created it. So resurrection magic is not unheard of, but it is typically something that's difficult to pull off and requires material components that are abnormal. So it's surprising to hear that he's alive. Not that it's impossible, but that it would either be pretty expensive or have been something kind of abnormal.
Okay, thank you.
But Rin walks downstairs and says, "Okay, hi everybody. Oh hey Res, I just talked to Iris not long ago. Where's she at?"
And Raz informs them. Iris is a little under the weather due to last night's festivities, and Emmy, as Rin has informed you all, knows all about what's going on and said she has some help that she can reach out to try to make this a little easier on us. So she'll be here whenever she can.
Just flip those.
Technically, that's the other way around. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Emmy is
Did I say
trashed.
Emmy? Yes, sorry. Emmy's trash. Sorry. I get him back.
Emmy's trash, and Iris is trying to get you guys help.
Right.
Yeah. Bast turns to you guys and says, "It's up to you what you want to do. I'm no one's patron here. Technically, I'm Barrel's currently. Barrel, I didn't take that off. Do you want to remove that? You have my blessing still."
That's up to you. I'll take the blessing, but
Okay.
Look, Kaida said it. She said we'll think like well divers now. Bast, tell me why can't we trust the well divers? Why not just go and answer their questions? If you say you don't trust your people to protect my family, then I may be better off answering the well divers' questions and asking them to protect my family from this church.
I trust my people to protect your family. I don't trust them to recover Anand. I don't believe they're up to the task of crossing the Shimmering Rift is dangerous. It is a long voyage, and along the way they have to go through the same territory. And he looks down at Raz and says, they have to go through the first territory, and that requires some capabilities in diplomacy alongside the difficulty of getting into the rift and recovering whatever has happened to Anand. So I just don't know that they're up to that. Protecting your family, I fully believe they are capable of doing. I do think the well divers would protect you. I'm not as concerned about that. I'm just concerned about I don't know who has told the Order of the Martyrs about you. I don't know why the Order of the Martyrs were doing what they were doing. I don't know why they were trying to put these gems inside of people. I don't know who's involved. My concern is conspiracy. Does that make sense? It's not that I don't believe we have capable people. It's I don't know who I can and cannot trust. And if there is someone within the...
It was all so much simpler during the war. All right, well, when it comes down to it, I want to engage with the adventure, so let's go.
I think Raz would interject a little bit, because you mentioned the first territory and the Shimmering Rift. He's going to be a little uncomfortable with going back in that direction. So Raz is going to suggest, why can't we just make the Order of the Martyrs live up to their namesake and turn them into martyrs? Let's just go after them directly.
You are welcome to, again, you're welcome to do whatever you want. There are other gods you can go to and try to see, ensuring that they are not aligned in whatever this strange ritual was happening on the first level. You will likely be safe with any of the gods' houses in asking for assistance. The Welldivers would surely protect you. The fighting against the Order of the Martyrs is going to be inherently difficult because the Church acts as one. Despite the fact that they may not always agree with each other in spirit, if you were to go after the Church, you would have to deal with the law on top of effectively dealing with the greatest assassins the Church has, some of which are some of the more powerful Welldivers in the entire world. Each of you are bronze. They have one titanium that I know of. There are several gold assassins, and I don't know how many silvers. But they are talented, to say the least.
How do we level
It
up?
is- and to be really clear out of game here, I'm not trying to railroad you guys into doing anything. This is Bast's opinion on what he thinks you should do. You guys can do whatever you want. There are, just like in a lot of the ways I build this game, there's a lot of different paths you can take. You can do whatever you want, and they will all kind of like, things will happen the way they happen. But this is Bast's opinion, is that he thinks if you guys lay low, get out of town,
Yeah.
help him with this task of finding a Nond, things will be better. He could be wrong. I just want to be really clear in saying, like, this is not a path I've set out before you to force you into it. This is the way that Bast thinks you should do things.
I think finding
Raz.
assassins sounds great and all, but I'm interested in trying to find a Nond.
Yes. An axe well aimed does more damage than just wildly thrown. We should go this line rather than blindly charge into more combat. Beryl and I have never been afraid of a large rift, right?
You got that right, Redvold.
Damn it. Oh man. Scarlet looks at you and the party and says, I can ride Koba to help me get out of town. I don't think I can lie low incredibly well. Will we go with you? She looks at your party. She's kind of the like spokesperson of her party, and looks at your party and says, would we be going with you and trying to get out of town, or should we do something else? I don't know what to do.
Raz immediately eyes the harpy, thinking about them having to team up.
She has her back kind of turned to you.
I think it's for the best that you come with us. The more the merrier on a mission like this. But for real, it's up to you. We're not just lying low. We're going on a mission. It sounds like.
You've got heart, Scarlet, but do you have enough blood to spare right now? We need runners, not risks.
That's fair. I can heal quickly because I am akin to your friend down there. I'm a paladin, and I'm able to heal myself to some level. Red is also a decently talented healer, but I just needed time to rest. I think I'll be better by the end of the day. Koba can carry me to wherever we're going. How are we going to get out of town if we're getting out of town?
I guess the best answer to that might be, what direction are we going after Anand, Bast?
So let me take you to the world map if we're going to talk about that. So,
Also, Raz told us that Iris is working on some contacts to help us get out of town, I think, right?
he did, yeah. So, you guys are currently in Pilgrimage. Boop. You were in the very center of Pilgrimage, just outside of the main block of it. There is a waterway that travels outside of town, but using it does go through a few like block gates. So you'd have to like travel through that. If you're concerned about laying low, like, if you're concerned that people may be looking for you, maybe not the best to go through like a security checkpoint. There is also the biggest like airship hub here as well. If you want to try to get out that way. This Bellport here is where Red Vault is from, which is right as the like last port on the way out of Pilgrimage. And it is a good way to get out if you have a boat that can get you that far. And then the Shimmering Rift is where he said Anand is, which is way down here at the south, across this desert, and past Luxus, which is where Raz is from. And the main problem that he mentioned is that getting around the floating island typically requires some diplomacy, as the First are not always keen to have visitors around them.
I get to go close to home.
We could go via my village, get ourselves a boat from there that'll cross us over the sea, and go by Raz's place. It's like character development.
Sounds great.
So
to
much
me.
fourth wall breaking in this one.
I feel like Raz would be visibly uncomfortable with the suggestions of heading towards that direction.
Is Raz
But-
not comfortable with shimmering rifts?
Actually, no. But I was gonna make a joke about it earlier, and y'all were doing really good, so I left it alone. But yeah, there's definitely reasons why he's not comfortable with the riffs in general. But he, I don't think he'd be able to hide his nerves as much as he was when he was in the city before. But I'm trying to think. Yeah, Raz would divert here too. How would we manage to even get to Redwald's in the first place to find this ship? That's not really that close. There's plenty of city we have to get through.
At that, Bast would speak up and say, actually, there's a port not far from here. If you just go southeast, you could, I imagine, grab a ship. I have a private dock. I don't know if the boat there is being used, but if it's not, you're welcome to grab it. Guzman has a fishing boat.
I do. I get lots of fish whenever I go out on my little fishing boat. It's not very big. I don't think it fit all of you guys, but it has a sleeping quarters. Yeah, it's good for, fishing. So you could probably get it. It's pretty far in. I don't know.
Well, as long as you'd be
Yes.
our skipper, I think that's my first choice.
I gotta work the bar, man. This is my job.
We can't adopt him and bring him along.
Don't worry.
I'll put him
Strain
in my
Ethan's
pocket.
voice too much.
Put him in a cantina or canteen, and we'll be fine.
Guzman is weirdly like my natural, easy register. I have no problem doing his voice. Don't worry, he will show up enough. I'm not worried about him being around. But it sounds like they have two options at the local dock, which is just southeast of here. It is up, the dock district for anybody who's been in this area is pretty easy to find. It is up to you if you want to try to go there or if you want to try to go to the airship yard, which is kind of in the opposite direction, southwest of here instead of southeast.
Iris's contacts may lie more in the airship sector, but if she can't drum anything up, I'm all for taking a boat. We can try to avoid the main checkpoints and get to Redwald's hometown. But before we go, I just need to stop by home, grab a few supplies, and warn my parents that I'm gonna be off for a while.
I will say, I think it will be safer if we're going to end up near my home to not be in the air.
I just really want Iris to show up in the next one, coming in with an airship, just hollering down out of it.
Yeah.
I've arrived.
Yeah. Well, this is again, you don't even have to leave town if you don't want to, but if you want to get out of town, you kind of have two options here. Either the boatyard or the airship landing, I guess.
I do
Beryl.
love a good boat nap.
I agree with Kaida. Boats I prefer to get to the boat. Beryl, do you need someone to come with you, or do we split up to make sneaking to the boatyard easier? We do.
I don't think I need the company, but anyone who wants to come is more than welcome. I don't need to be long. I mean, as far as what our plan is, Beryl is reticent to do this. I mean, at this point, with what we've been through and what is potentially facing us, as Bass has explained it, I think he trusts this group more than he trusts the well divers as a whole, but he is reticent to go against to go behind the well divers' back and not just kind of go there and answer some questions. But Bast, I think, has successfully planted a seed of doubt in him that the Welldivers can be trusted at this point. So,
and to be clear, he's not. I don't know how well I've characterized this, but what he's trying to say is that he's not worried that the Welldivers as an organization would protect and care for you guys. He is concerned about who is within the Welldivers that might not be feeling that. You know what I mean? Like whether it's someone within a certain like a faction of a church person, or maybe a god is involved that he doesn't know about. His concern is that he doesn't have enough information to know who he can trust, and the fact that this clergy member is back alive, and the fact that his arcanists weren't able to recover the things that they set down there to do, and the fact that the first level well is still open despite the fact that they've had multiple people around that area, has him concerned that this is not being resolved the way it should have been, and so he's not sure why.
Yeah.
It hasn't been resolved.
What is also placating Beryl a little bit to go with this plan is that Bast himself in some way represents the Welldivers. This is...
Right. He's a senior-ish member of the Welldivers.
So this is just sort of trusting one member of the Welldivers to do, to kind of follow a particular course of action, even at the expense potentially of other parts of the organization. But I also don't need us to go and roleplay a whole scene with Beryl's parents, especially because
I was going to ask if you wanted to do that or
well,
not.
As much as I want to put you on the spot to give us a Scottish accent, I also want to get Sarah involved in the session. So I'm happy to do it either
don't
way.
worry.
I think we're doing fine. I think we're good. We don't need to worry about it. What? Sorry.
Okay. I'm a
He's saying he doesn't
professional.
want Sarah involved.
unless Sarah's secretly playing my mom in this session, in which case then let's
She's been
roleplay
playing the whole
this.
time. We just
How
don't know
did
it.
you know?
God, I would love to hear that. It'd be so good.
I can pull out my Scottish.
Do it. That takes me
Yeah, we're gonna
back.
pivot your whole
Here.
character now. I'm gonna pivot your whole character now. You're his mom. No, be his
Grab
dad.
that
Actually,
character sheet.
better.
I want to be his dad.
Yeah, be his dad.
Do your Ash Ketchum voice.
Call me daddy.
I'm home, daddy.
All right. So you guys do you want to split up with this, or do you want to all just go with Beryl to sort his thing out and then head straight to the dock?
I kind of feel like it's best for us to not split up.
Yeah, we're
But
already
also I don't know
technically
shit.
split up right now. This
Yeah.
would be splitting up again.
It's true. Okay. Then I'm gonna just we're staying on this map, but I'm going to assume you guys are.
Wait, I gotta get food from Guzman first.
He does
You
have
haven't been
like
eating
several
this whole
extra
time.
platters.
I'm just gonna fill my bag before we leave, okay?
He goes, "Oh, don't worry,
Got the
Kylie, I got
breakfast,
you
guys."
covered." And he like starts pulling out what he has, like dried meat from underneath the counter, and he has like a whole bag of rolls from the baker that clearly
Oh,
like is
bless.
like a full bag that he got.
He's like, I got this for you this morning. I thought you guys might like it. It's just rolls. I saw you throwing them yesterday, but I like these rolls. I think they're good.
They're delicious. Guz, my man. I love you.
I love you too.
I think he needs
His
it.
eyes turn into hearts. Not really. But yeah, he provides you with, for what it's worth, this is effectively like 6 rations. 1 ration of meat and then 5 rations of bread.
Heck yeah.
Okay. You are able to leave and head out onto the street as you're moving along toward Beryl's family home. What part of the city do you live in, Beryl?
Well, so this is what kind of complicates things. See, I think because Beryl's parents and himself are armor smiths working for the Welldiver organization, I imagine that they
Right.
stay essentially in, not like right in the middle of the campus, but in just sort of like an annex of the campus, wherever there is
Sure.
that kind of like that part of their sort of industrial complex. Their smithy is probably there, and I would imagine they live on site or like right next to it or something.
Yeah, that makes complete sense to me. That there's like a smithy and like an armor shop and a weapon shop, and then like some exotic shops and potion shops, all kind of like down one big annex of the campus itself. Um, you're able to get there without, unless anyone wants to do anything before you guys leave. Okay, you're able to get there without like any kind of fuss or anything, and you arrive at your parents' place. And you're able to go and kind of warn them about what's going on. Bast also will send you with a cat figurine to give to them so that he
Aw.
can communicate through Rin to them if necessary.
Okay. Um, yeah, so what Barrel's going to say to them, like, sort of specifically, he's not going to let on too much, but he's not going to tell them anything that's untrue. Because if they do come and get questioned, you know, they'll have plausible deniability. But, you know, essentially he's going to tell them that, well, the good news is that we passed our trial. This is my team, and we became members of the Well Divers. We celebrated last night. That's why we didn't come home. And well, we're already going on our first mission. Bast is sending us out. He trusts us to get something done. I can't be too specific about it, but he's gonna look after you while we're gone. He gave me this to give to you. He'll be able to communicate, or well, one of his agents will be able to communicate with you if need be. Just, you know, there may be some danger because of the mission, so you know, just lie low. Don't answer the door for any strangers, that kind of thing, you know. Not until I get back.
I hate that I'm about to do this. Your mother responds, "Oh, dearest, absolutely, we'll make sure everything is okay. We got everything. Don't you worry. We've got it all taken care of just for you, my dear."
Thank you.
I appreciate. I like that. You gave me such a gift there.
I'm dying.
I also would have been fine with Beryl being the George W. Bush of this family and being the only one with an accent.
I've completely
Oh my
forgotten that about
God.
George W. Bush. That's so good. That would have been funny if she's just like, "Okay, have fun, son. It's
See
been
you
good."
later.
Or like countries. Good seeing you, son. Hey, it's been a while. It's weird that you have that Scottish accent. But no, I couldn't.
Still going with that accent, huh, son? That's a choice.
That's a weird thing you sure did. I know art school was weird for you. Anyway, I know I heard the
Typical theater
Mrs.
joke.
Doubtfire in my head, and I was like, "Oh, it's so good to see you, dear. Oh, how are you?" And she's just like fawning over you, and she'll give you some food and make sure you're packed up and got everything you need too.
Yeah.
She seems very
Oh,
excited.
Well, he goes
Your
up
father
to-
is
Oh yeah.
busy and stoic
sure,
as he tends
yeah.
to be.
Well, and Beryl goes and just rummages through, like grabs spell components, the kind of stuff that he didn't bring with him just on that first trial, you know. So he's stocking up on spell components, parchment, and ink, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Your father will actually walk over at some point and hand you it looks like a mastercraft kind of dagger that has some runic symbols on it, and he just kind of goes and like very gruffly kind of grunts in your direction and hands you a sheathed dagger to take with you.
Yeah, this is how they communicate. Beryl returns it with a nod and a. That's just how they communicate. And so we're potentially going to a bit of a dangerous situation. So part of his rummaging around and going through his spell components, he's going to cast mage armor for the rest
Okay.
of the day.
I forget that it lasts for 24 hours now. Is that how it works?
I
That'll
don't
be about
remember if they
5
changed
sessions,
it. I think
so
it's
you'll be
still
fine.
8 hours.
Is
I
it
think
8 or
I don't know.
4?
It can't be. I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's any less than 8, but I don't think they changed it.
Okay.
It depends. My table,
Okay.
we're usually just like, it lasts for the day. But
I mean, I don't want to make you recast it for sure.
it's
yeah.
fine. It's fine. I'll think about it. But yeah, I gotta toggle some shit on my character sheet, and that'll activate my ward and all that nonsense. So I'm happy to move
Okay.
on from this scene and let others drive.
You got it. Does anyone want to? We're kind of at a good natural break point. Does anyone want to take a break before we get back into it?
Sure.
I need like 30 seconds to pee, so
All right, let's all
take
take a
5.
quick.
I've been downing
quick
coffee like
5-minute
crazy
pee
to stay
break.
awake for this.
I'm drinking Thai
Me
tea
too, I'm
during
sorry.
this. All right, we will be
All
back
right,
in
everybody
5.
take a quick break. Okay.
I was here the whole time.
We never left. I have lost.
You got a weird
the
map up.
plot. That is not. I have lost a thing, so hang on 1 second. It's not a big deal, but I am sad about it. It's fine. I will just use a different one, but that was not my plan. Alright, whatever. I'll use this one. Okay. As you guys are moving away from Barrel's parents' home, his own home where he lives, and to as you're headed toward the docks area, you're moving toward kind of a residential area that's like between. So there's a main big road in the middle of this. There's basically two main roads. There's a big X in the middle of the city that is bifurcated by this like spiraling kind of like water feature that goes around, and the roads tend to go over the top of it. So when you go off the main path to head toward the docks, you have to move through kind of a residential area, and as you're doing that, you begin to move in this area. What's everybody's passive perception? Okay.
13.
Oh boy, none of the perceptive people are here.
2.
Okay. All right. They can't be 2. I think it's 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, okay. Wait, is there somewhere else I see like the total number?
So you should have a. Hang on. It's I think on the bottom left. Where's your passive perception on the sheet?
Yeah, it just says perception and then +2. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Right for me.
I feel better about myself now. Jesus
That's not your
Christ.
fault. It's not your fault. I thought it showed it
How-
on your sheet, but it does not.
It
That's weird.
As on the right-hand side, under
okay.
senses, you've got your passive investigation,
Oh.
insight, and
Oh.
perception.
Bless you for
Yes.
telling me this.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I
In
like to
today's
use that
episode
sometimes,
of
too.
Marie Learns How to D&D.
Hey, this one of the fun things we're doing. I like that we have people who are newish too. Okay. Yeah, especially
Yeah.
the new rules in Roll20 are a little wonky. But as you guys are walking along, suddenly you bear roll. Hang on a second. Doot. Pretty sure. Does a 13 hit you with your mage armor on? You have an arrow shoot past your chest. Or actually, I'm going to have it bounce. It shoots at your chest, bouncing off your mage armor. And you look up. Right. You look up just in time to see a man here with a crossbow. And I know it looks like he's wearing green, but he has on a white robe as he pulls up a crossbow and aims it at you. And you hear him shout as he fires the crossbow into your chest. You hear him shout, "Stop! By the order of the Church of Toa!" I need everybody to roll initiative as they are going to try to attack you. Fighting music. Where is a good? What the hell did I get?
I got a
Yeah,
Ooh.
got a 9 too.
I got a 7. This
Ooh,
is the cursed
boy.
episode.
It is. We have been talking about it being the cursed episode. I don't know that the people
Oh,
who
yeah,
are watching
turn
know
off
that, but it's
Gameplay,
funny.
yeah.
Oh my god. Plus, oh my god, they got a 19.
Every bad guy gets to go before us.
God.
Sarah, Sarah, I'm gonna put your token on the map somewhere sneaky. I need you to roll
Zach,
whenever I
do you
do it.
see that they can't hear you?
How dare they not be able to hear me?
Click
I
on
know.
your token,
I
Sarah. It's over there on the left, and then click roll and
So rude.
roll initiative with it.
I don't even
Blup.
see it. It's not even showing me the
It's
map.
on your character sheet. Oh, you can't see the map. Hang on, I got you, dude.
No.
You don't have vision. Now you have vision. Can you see now?
There, I have vision. Okay.
Okay,
Hold on.
all right.
Let me
Roll
adjust
yourself
my
into
screen.
initiative for me.
Yeah, Sarah
We're
wasn't
not
just
doing
wasn't
this very
talking.
secretively.
I unmuted.
All right, I need
Dude,
to
what?
grab.
Zach, shimmy a
Oh, yeah.
little up to your mic.
No, it's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
I was muted on the stream from the break because my audio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I change the scene, it would still do my audio. I just never unmuted.
They said that you were quiet, and I was like, I don't hear him quiet, but I have everybody turned up because I'm deaf.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I don't know. I shouldn't be any quieter than I was before the break.
Just listen to the podcast and you'll be able to hear everything you missed.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
It's just the truth.
All right. With that in mind, we have you had a crossbow bolt fired at your chest. Sarah, you have been following the party in order to help them. You actually get to go first. Did you roll with advantage? You did. Good.
No.
What would you like to do? And we'll introduce your character as this happens.
Oh my god.
For what it's worth, you
Okay,
can
where is
see a
everybody
person
else at right
here.
now?
Your passive perception is higher
Okay.
than theirs. You can also see one.
Yeah.
Here. Wait. Yes.
Okay.
Right there. Oh, you can also see.
Yes.
Hang on. There's another one that you can see.
Dear.
Right here.
What do
you
I want to do?
notice that they have been effectively surrounded.
Yeah, I'm going to. What do I have on me currently? I'll take out my short bow,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna. Let's go for which one?
The one
Yeah,
that
let's
shot
go-
was
let's
this one.
go-
There's also this one here that you can see,
one?
and the one here. The one that's furthest away that you
The
can
one-
see. He may be around the corner from you.
Okay, one in the middle that I can see.
Okay. And you have advantage because you're an
I know.
assassin.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh my god, you rolled a nat 20.
Somebody's not
Five.
cursed, at least.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, all of a sudden, Beryl, you see a crossbow bolt slam into your chest and shatter, and then suddenly, Beatty, roll your damage. I don't think there's any way you can roll low enough to not kill this guy. You can click on
Read your
damage.
name.
Click on crit damage. Oh my
There we go.
god. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
God.
Tell me how you destroy this man as you come in following this party.
I want it. Okay, so all of a sudden, the arrow just shoots right through his neck, and it's just bloody and disgusting, and he falls to the ground in a massive pool of blood.
So I don't think the 17 is the crit damage. That's just the base damage.
Oh my god, it is. I mean, he's dead anyway, but yeah, that
Yeah.
was not even. You needed to
Yeah.
roll 2d6, and you only rolled 1. And you needed to
So,
roll
I
4d6. Roll that again. Let's just see how
hit the
much
crit
damage you
damage
would have
button and
done.
Let's just see what happens.
Oh
Okay.
my god. Yeah,
How many times do I need
he's
to roll? So
very
there's
dead.
2.
No, that's it. That's the full crit. And it would have not had the bonuses to it, the +5 and the +6 and things. But still, oh my
Yeah.
god, so much damage.
yeah.
He is very dead. As you guys watch this arrow shatter into Beryl's chest, someone out of the shadows fires an arrow, bifurcating this person's neck, and they fall to the ground as you watch one of these members of the church just immediately pass away. Beatty, would you like to move or do anything else?
I'll stay where I'm at currently.
Okay.
And I'm gonna remain a mystery as of the moment.
Okay. Then it is the archers of the Order of the Martyr, who are very clearly labeled on their outfits. They're going to begin firing their crossbows at you. The first one who shot at Beryl is going to try to shoot at him again. That is a 4 total. So again, just kind of like this one. Yeah, total. This one's so wide. It misses by a country miles. It just swings out of the way. Another person emerges from the shadows behind one of the buildings. And he's going to appear there. And he is going to take a shot at Redvald. He has advantage because he was hidden. Redvald does a 16 hit your armor class.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Then he does 6 points of piercing damage as he fires an arrow at you. And it is just that is just a normal arrow. So it just hits you in the leg, and he yells out, "Stop! Halt!" And then a third one is going to come up. You did shoot and just murder that man, so he's going to shoot at you, Beatty.
Okay.
Oh wow, this actually may hit. That's 19.
Hit.
And that is 6 points of damage to you, Beatty. As he comes up and fires a crossbow at you, and he says, "Who are you? Why are you here?" And he fires at you.
Do we see where that arrow goes?
The arrow down here? You watch. Redwald is the only person from the position that he's in that can see someone firing south. So
okay.
Redwald can see this person up here firing south at someone.
But not towards us. Okay, got it.
Not towards you, yeah. It's down the other street. You're not sure where.
Okay, cool.
And then from behind you, Kaida, one of them sneaks out from behind the building and fires at you. Or don't roll, I guess.
Fucking
Oh, it did. 7. Does a 7 hit Kaida? No.
God, no. That tickled a little.
He fired in your direction, and then he's going to try to move to about right here, and he pulls out a set of daggers and holds them at his side.
Oh, he wants to dance.
Yeah. And Raz, that makes it your turn.
Sweet. All right. Well, I'm gonna run past Kaida and head towards this guy, and shield and spear in hand. I have a 10-foot range, so I'm not gonna run up to him completely. I'm gonna give myself.
Wait, what weapon are you using that has a 10-foot range?
The spear.
Mm-mm. I don't think it does it?
Yeah, the longsword's only 5, but the spear is 10.
Are you sure?
I'm checking. I think
We all furiously.
it's a
I
That's
don't-
rude
I don't
because
remember it
my
having that
javelin
range.
only has 5 feet, and I want to switch weapons now.
Javelins are short. Yeah, I mean, you have a
it's a regular
you have your
spear.
scythe.
Yeah, it's not like a
Right.
something else flavored in or something. Yeah, a spear
Nope,
does
it's
not
just
have
normal.
range. Yeah, a spear does not.
No,
have
you
range.
can throw a spear, so it has
Yeah,
like
but the
60
spear
foot
was-
of
Yeah, I was
throw
gonna say,
range.
spear throw is 60, but yeah. Well, it said
20 and
10 on the
60.
sheet, so okay.
No, it's I don't know where it says why it would say 10, but it is. Yeah, it's just a standard 5-foot weapon.
I love that all you nerds just know this shit.
You want to get really nerdy? 20 feet is the range that you can throw it normally. Up to 60 is throwing it with disadvantage, and you can't throw it
Disadvantage.
beyond 60.
Right.
Lord help me.
Yeah, it is goofy.
But yeah, I've got a shield in one hand, my spear in my right hand.
Okay.
I come up to this guy.
Just so you're aware, Raz, maybe out of character here, your swords are always going to be stronger than your spear. Your spear is a better like thrown weapon for sure.
Right.
But your swords are better weapons generally for damage, and they both have the same range.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean the main reason I go spear first is because I can throw it, and then I can switch
Sure.
to the sword.
I'm just making
But-
sure you know, like, out of
Is there a
character.
penalty for switching weapons?
No, I don't like. Some people will make you like, blah blah blah, but you can do it as part of a movement. So in general, like if you're moving somewhere or if you're doing something,
All right.
you have enough time to pull a weapon out. So yeah.
Well, then
you can do
I'll
it.
pull the cloud scimitar out then.
Okay.
uh,
Oh damn it! Hang on. I look up at this. You're not attuned to that, are you?
No, I don't think it.
Okay.
You never mentioned anything about having. to
You
be
haven't
attuned to it.
identified it yet. It is a magical item. You'd have to be attuned to it for it to have like bonus effects.
Okay.
But it will add +1 to your attack.
Okay. But yeah, so I will use that, and so let's see. And then why do I have a +5
boy.
on it?
Yeah, a 9 does not hit. You rolled a 4 + 5. A 9 will not hit this guy.
Okay. Well then, let's see. Would Divine Smite be something good to use right now? Is this the time to use it?
Divine Smite is whenever you hit something, so
Okay,
you would
what's the
have
other
to
one,
you would
though?
use
There
it in
was something else.
conjunction with like a hit. You could use
Fine.
your Celestial Revelation if you wanted to try to use any of its effects because it's a bonus action. If you needed to heal somebody, you could use that as a bonus
you're good.
action.
Yeah, then I'm just
I-
gonna stand here like a
Okay.
dummy with my thumb up my butt. Wait.
You do have that one other spell that I think is a bonus action called. Hang on. It's like divine. That's the problem. I don't know all your spells. Hang on one sec. It's called divine favor, which is a bonus action, and it gives you a plus 1d4 if you do hit.
Oh, that's what I was looking for. Divine favor. I knew there was another one I had, but I had to use that before I attacked, right?
So this one is, I think it lasts for a minute. Divine favor is not one that you have to use on an attack. It just it lasts for a while.
Okay. Then.
You have no spells for some reason. I'm turning them off.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, if you wanted to burn a bonus, if you want to have a reason to use a bonus action, you could use divine favor, which I think you can concentrate on to deal an extra d4.
I'll wait
it's
till
not
my
even
next
concentration. Okay.
turn. Yeah. I'll wait till my next turn. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Then it is Barrel's turn.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Beryl got smashed, got a quarrel thing smashed in his chest, but other people have leaped into action. I have no idea who shot that guy and killed him, but
From your range, you can see this person here is facing south as well.
Yeah.
And firing that direction.
For now, Beryl is going to kind of shout to Kaida and Redvald, who may be a little slower on the uptick.
Rude but accurate.
Right. Yeah. We have company, and he's going to make some arcane gestures with his hands, and
Sorry, I
kind
didn't
of
mean to push up.
come over here and take cover. Is this a tallish tree or bush?
It's a bush, yeah, but you could use it for cover.
Just using it for visual,
half cover.
Visual cover if nothing else. Do you want? Would this be fun? Do you want me to tell you what spell I cast, or do you want to see if it comes into play?
It's up to you, buddy. How do you want to do it? Because I'm mostly thinking about the audience and what they have going on. So if you want to keep it from them, that's fine.
Yeah. So for now, Beryl runs over there, kind of shouts that we've got company and they don't seem friendly. And yeah, he's doing some arcane gestures with his hands. He's kind of grabbing a couple of components from his pouch, and he kind of he's already got this sort of shimmering energy of the mage armor. It just kind of you don't normally see it, but it kind of shimmers when the quarrel hit it. But he kind of smears something on his hand and rubs it on his chest, and he takes cover behind this bush.
Okay. Kaida. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I don't. I'm not gonna think about bonus actions. I don't know what I have going on.
Then Kaida, is your turn.
I'm kind of pissed that Raz stood in front of me, but you know what? I'm gonna get.
You have a ranged weapon. You can swing past him if you want to. You don't have to worry about him being in the way.
I'll scoot a little bit closer, and I am just gonna swing my beautiful scythe at this man's middle. I just got
an 8 will not hit, but you do graze damage automatically. So you do 5. I think 5 points of damage. Is that your strength? What's your strength score? 3?
My strength is it's +3.
Okay. He is, by that amount of damage, already bloodied. So he is pretty badly hurt from this. He is bloodied from that attack. Is there anything else that you want to do as you swing at this man?
No, all of the fun things that I got by turning level 3 are kind of if I'm dying, I think. Or bad things are happening to me. So until then I just smack things with my stick, which makes me really happy, honestly. So I'm good.
Okay. I thought your stuff was around moving. Don't you have a
I
bunch
have
of
a
maneuvers?
maneuver section, yeah.
Okay.
One of the sometime this week I gotta learn the superiority
we'll
dice
work
better,
on it together.
Yeah. What I've read through just confused the crap out of me, and I'm I'm just gonna smack it.
Yeah, they give you different abilities, and we'll talk through them some point this week for sure.
Okay.
Okay, then after Kaida, you guys hear someone speaking down over here, muttering a language. And at first, it doesn't sound like much of anything, but Beryl, I think you're the one who recognizes it first, because it's an arcane speaking, as this person walks around the corner, and it is the priest from the world below. And he is speaking in that same kind of language, that ritualistic language he was speaking before. when he was in the world below, and you watch. He's got like fresh bandages across his body, more so than he had before. And you watch as he begins to form what looks like a number of bones in front of him. And he finishes his incantation and looks at each of you and says, "We found one of your friends." No, wait, that's not how he sounds. "We found some of your friends. I turned them into a little plaything for you. I hope you enjoy it." And you watch as a bone-like cat creature forms in front of him and begins sprinting in the direction of Redwald. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It has just enough range.
Oh, crap.
That's a D12. That's a 20.
20 to hit? Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm rolling good today. That is only 3 points of damage as this thing runs up to pounce you. It is going to try to knock you down, so I need a strength saving throw as it slams into your body. Something that Redwald is pretty good at.
Oh, that's an 11.
You are knocked prone as this like bone cat jumps on top of you and knocks you to the ground. Okay. And that is all he can do. But that is, in fact, you recognize him pretty quickly. That is the priest from the world below that you have already killed. Beatty, it's your turn.
What about
Okay.
my turn?
Oh, yeah. Hang on, sorry. I
yeah.
skipped right past Redwald.
Aw.
Redwald, it's your turn. You have a cat
Okay.
on you,
Knocked
made out of
down, you don't
bones.
get to do
To
anything.
defend himself.
So it's not holding me down, is it?
No, it's just the effect of the pounce ability. If it runs at you within a certain like foot range, it has the potential to knock you down, kind of like how wolves do, where they can drag you down. If it
So-
runs a certain distance, it can knock you down.
Redvold is going to stand up, which
Yep.
would take half of his movement. His movement speed is 35 feet, so how much of movement is that?
Like round down, call it 15.
15. Okay, so that would mean he's got 20 feet of movement left. Redvold is going to look at the bony, spiky kitten and growl at it, then growl at the guy that also shot a bow at him and said, "You two are gonna have to wait your turn." As he triggers his rage. Now at third level, I get to pick. I get to pick one of 3 like animal spirits to embody, and so in this moment, when he triggers his rage, you all see the hair on his head begin to almost stick backwards quite a bit, and his body almost seems to get a little bit thinner. He's still 8 foot tall and a few too many 100 pounds, but he seems to get a little bit more agile as I take on the eagle, which
Ooh.
allows me, as part of this bonus action and any subsequent bonus actions, to use the disengage and dash action as part of the bonus action. So
Nice.
I'm going to disengage,
Damn.
dash, and move right up to the priest.
Yeah, so the cat cannot attack you because you disengaged from it and you were able to move right up to him. The first thing you notice as you get close to him is that he has a very acrid smell about him. He has more bandages than he had before, and he has a very like deeply it reminds you a little bit of the chamber that you guys were in before, but it doesn't smell like the mushrooms. It smells chemically around him. As you get close to him. But yeah, you were able to move right up into his face.
One of those new bandages better be around his throat.
It is.
Question about my rage damage. Do I still have that boon addition of 1d4?
You do,
Is
yeah,
that
the
not-
extra
I do?
D4
Okay.
of slashing damage. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to recklessly attack with my great axe.
Okay.
So, reckless attack. That's a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. So the damage. I'm not liking that damage, so I'm going to use my savage attacker to re-roll the
Re-roll it.
damage dice on that.
Okay.
Was
Oh, yeah, that's
better.
much better. Oof.
I'm then also going to add my frost chill
Yeah.
on there as well.
crazy amounts of damage.
which is an extra 5
Mhm.
points of cold damage there.
Did you also add your? Don't you get a standard amount of rage dice as well? Don't you do a d6? Or am I
Has it-
crazy?
It's already included. 1d4 plus 2 is my rage damage. So
Well, you also get the additional d4, flat d4.
yeah, normally my rage damage is just 2 at this level, but
Oh! I see how you did it. You built it into
Okay.
the formula. That's smart. Okay, yeah, I did. So that is
So-
included then.
17 points of damage.
He is immediately bloodied again as you slam into him.
You'd think
I
he'd
will
learn.
finish the job.
He looks at you
Unfinished
defiant,
business.
and you hear him repeat the same words that he said before. He said, "I will die." I keep doing his voice wrong. "I will die again for my God, over and over if needed."
I will kill you for your god over and over if needed.
So good. Beatty, it is your turn.
Obviously, since they attacked me, I'm going to fire an arrow over at this bitch.
All right.
All right, let's go.
16 will hit.
Okay.
You don't get your
Awesome.
sneak attack damage on this, but you do get your standard.
Okay, damage. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Max, that works. Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's just all 6s. But you, like I said, you don't, unless you have a reason to get your sneak attack, you shouldn't have that. But 12
And it's
damage.
just hit the damage button on that one. So,
Yeah, no, I hear you. 12 damage is actually still enough to kill that guy. So he goes down 2 in one shot as you
Split in
drop
half,
that
the
man.
arrow.
straight to the heart.
Yeah, you hit him in the heart. He yells out, "Stop! Who are you? What are you?" And like falls back to the ground. What do you want? You can still move or take any bonus actions you want to.
Want to is the question. I don't have anybody near me necessarily anymore.
No, the only people you know of currently, you can hear combat happening down here. I don't think you can see them. I think you can see this guy. And you saw a bony
Okay.
cat run past here, which I believe you might be able to see.
I don't think I want to fuck with the bony cat right now. So, let's see. I think I will. I'm gonna move. Yeah, but I want to hide.
Okay. Can you hide as a bonus action as a rogue?
Almost.
Yeah,
So.
Definitely.
cunning
Okay,
action.
so roll your cunning
Yeah.
action stealth for me. You still have to roll a stealth check. And we'll see if anybody's passive perception could even pick.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they don't see you. You are the wind. You have disappeared from the party and all the enemies.
I love it.
All right, then it is the. Sorry, Sarah. I have you cutting out a little bit. Is
No?
anybody else?
What?
Is it just
Yeah,
me?
she's
Yeah, I
cutting out
hear
a
that
bit.
too.
You might try leaving and coming back, Sarah. Sometimes that fixes it. Okay. The archers are then, it's
I'll do
their
it.
turn up next. The one that's closest to you, Redvald, watched you run by and is going to like try to trail a shot at you as you're running past. Wow, I'm rolling really high today. That is a 19.
That's gonna hit.
Wow, okay. That is 8 points of damage, piercing damage.
So because of my rage,
Shot.
4.
4, yes, halved. The one down here who's been shooting at Beryl is you have half cover Beryl, which I
Yeah.
believe gives you an additional 2
+2, yeah.
to your AC. He's going to try to shoot you anyway.
All right. So I need you to roll a d4 along with your attack roll and subtract that total.
Okay. He rolled a 1, and he rolled another 1, so he got a 0.
What?
He gives you some of his hit points.
He implodes.
He accidentally
tries to
dips the
fire.
arrow in a healing potion.
He goes to fire the arrow, and he hadn't knocked it correctly. So the string just fires forward and pops him in the finger, and he's like, ah! Ouch! Damn it! And the arrow's just like impotently sitting on top of this thing, like not going anywhere.
Well, perhaps that was the effect of his own failure, or perhaps it was the effect of my blade ward. But that was the spell I
Who
cast.
knows? Okay, that guy's dead. That guy's dead. This one from back here is going to step out finally. He'll move to here. So hang on one second, move him. He is going to fire at Redvald as well. That is, wow. Okay, I was rolling good. That's a 2, so total 4 does not hit.
Nope.
And then this guy is going to step out from here, and he's going to move up to right there. And he is going to fire
So
at
many guys.
Kaida. They have, oh my god, I rolled, no joke, a 1, a 2, and a 3 in a
Yeah.
row.
Wow.
I'm going to roll again just to see if I roll a 4. No, okay.
You probably roll
Go
a
buy
20.
you a lottery ticket.
I was wondering if I was like counting somehow. He shoots at Kaida, misses wildly. And that is his turn. The cat has rolled into initiative, and it is its turn. It is going to keep going down toward Kaida. Oh, I forgot to do the guy that's in front
It's
of
a bad guy
Raz.
sandwich.
The guy in front of Raz is going to try to take 2 swings at you, Raz. The first swing is, wow, okay. Now I can hit good. That's a 19 with the first
Doesn't
attack. Okay. And the second attack is an 18.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. His 2 dagger attacks both swing on you and glance off of your shield.
Yeah.
The cat runs down behind Kaida. It has moved 10 feet, so it could potentially knock you down. Not with a 3, though. It tries to pounce on you, Kaida, and just misses and like slams into your back and falls back down to the ground. Raz, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna, I'll just keep trying to attack the guy in front of me. So,
Okay.
let's see. Ugh, come on, in that one.
Oh my god, you poor thing. I'm so
know.
sorry. Yeah, no, that does not hit. He bounces off your shield, kind of distracting you from your swing, and you're like focused on defense and unable to hit him. Do you want to do anything else?
Well, since the cat's here, I guess I'll do the what is it called again? My spell, the divine favor.
Okay.
Just to activate.
Mark
that for
yourself
the next one.
off on that one spell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's concentration, but you have that effect on now. You'll deal an extra D4 of damage if you hit something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move at all?
No, just because I don't want to. With the cat being there, I don't want Kaida to get surrounded or anything, so I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Beryl, it's your turn.
Okay, Beryl's gonna kind of peek out of here, and I was just in the middle of looking up ranges on some spells.
When you look in this direction, it's not looking good for Redvald. All 4 of
Yes.
these crossbowmen are pointed toward
I
him
am-
right now.
I am well aware of that. I'm going to. I have to step out of cover a little bit at least. So I'm going to like take a couple of steps up here, and I'm going to cast a spell. I need to create, or I need to find a 10-foot square centered on a point in range. So I think if I do, oh Christ, oh that's a 10-foot square. Okay.
Yeah, it's bigger than you think it would be.
Yeah. Okay. So, god damn, I wanted to not be halfway through Redvald Square. Can you see what I'm
Yeah, you can
visualizing?
move it
Just
up
shift
5.
It up a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
All 3 of those guys at the top
yeah.
would get got by
So
this.
that's
yeah.
gonna be a big old pool of grease underneath that.
Okay.
So every
All right.
creature standing in that area must succeed on a dex saving throw or become prone. It's difficult terrain, and any creature that enters the area or ends its turn there has to make that save again.
All right, I can make it linger, so I've got
Oh,
it like
perfect,
stuck there
okay.
now, so they can see it. What is the DC on this saving? Because they immediately have to save or fall,
They have
right?
to save when it's cast, and my spell save DC I think is still 13.
Okay.
Find
The
this.
caster saves. He got a 15 on the die. The guy on the left immediately falls. Boop. And the guy in the back. What'd you say the save is? 13?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy in the back is saved for now.
Okay.
But they are still standing in the grease,
Yeah.
so they could potentially fall more.
Yes.
Is it the beginning of their turn or the end of their turn?
Yeah, it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
If they enter the area or end their turn there, they have to repeat that save or fall prone.
Okay. Unfortunately for the guy in the middle of that, difficult terrain means he can't get out of it this round.
Yeah, he's extra fucked. He's more fucked than anyone
He
else.
is. He's
but,
very stuck. Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm still doing a square, not a. I just wanted to measure the rest of my movement because I might move up. Yeah, I don't know if that whatever that big rectangular thing is there. I don't know if it's like raised or not, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean we can consider it
hug
like
the
a
edge of that
kind of.
now.
I was thinking of it kind of like a trough or like a.
Yeah,
we can say you can get behind
raised,
it.
fountainy type thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of huddle behind that, and I cast that grease on the way. I
Got it.
Yeah, pulled some components out, did some bullshit. I'm done role playing that for the moment.
Okay, Kaida, it's your turn. You have a skeletal kitty cat behind you and a dude with a couple of daggers in front of Raz.
I'm gonna pat Raz on the back and be like, "You got that right," and then just sharp pivot. Hi, kitty. Where'd my damage screen go?
You can try this one.
I can eat the bones. How
Bones off.
generous. I'm gonna swing my happy little blade. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Swing an
hits.
18.
Yeah, that hits.
And then do I roll for damage or do I click the little damage thing?
You can click the damage button and it will roll that for you. Oof.
Or
Yeah.
did I just do it twice? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm
Ignore
just
the
taking the
second
first one. 9 damage. Ouch. This thing is now bloodied. So it you knock several of the bones off. It doesn't have blood. So you just basically knock a bunch of bones off of it. And as a reminder, bloodied means it's below half health. So it has been
Okay.
You can tell it's been sufficiently damaged enough that it looks like it's starting to get pretty worn down. It does not look good.
I'd almost feel bad for the cat if it wasn't trying to eat me.
Would you like to do anything else?
I would no.
Okay. That brings us to the priest turn directly in front of Redvald. What would he do?
You know what? I missed a trick because the material component for grease is a pork rind or a bit of butter. So Beryl pulled a pork rind out, took one bite, and then tossed the rest over there at them, which spread into a pool of grease.
It's like a newfound
Wow.
Molotov cocktail over here.
Kai would be upset. That
Just
you
light that
wasted
chicharrone
food.
on fire.
Here's a pork grenade, everybody. Oh, cool.
You know what the sad part is, though? They specifically changed it so they specify that the grease is non-flammable.
No, boo.
Yeah, that is boo.
That's way less fun. When my grease fireball combo is no longer. Anyway, it's fine. The priest in front of you takes his hands, and you watch kind of this black flame-like substance begin to form between his hands, and you watch him reach out in both directions, forming kind of like a T with his hands. And the black flame moves from his hands to each of his allies that are within range, which is all 4 of these archers. And this is a bonus action he can do. He's empowering them to basically fire their weapons better. And then Redvald, you watch as he, standing in front of you, takes a dagger from his hip and he holds it up to his own throat. And he says, "I'm not going to give you the chance this time." And he slits his own throat as a standard action. And Redvald, I need a Constitution saving throw as he begins to ooze and then explode.
Oh.
That's
Holy crap.
not right.
That's a 7.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh no, I rolled high. That is 12 points of force damage as you're knocked 10 feet backward, and he explodes
Ugh.
like akin to the mushrooms that happened in the world below. You watch as he cuts his throat, it's not blood that comes out of him. It's like this oozing black ichor, and then his whole body just goes boom, and he pops you back, and you slam to the ground, your ears ringing. You're not prone, you're able to stand up. But he is dead as he kind of just like shatters his own body and explodes.
You just hear Raz yell from the distance saying, "Bless you."
Oh no.
Sorry. It's just like a giant, like you blew his nose. Like a giant sneeze.
He is out of the turn order now because he's no longer alive. Redvold, it is your turn.
Redvold is not happy with that. So he's going to take his frustration out on the guy that is right next to him.
Okay.
Best you'll have to do.
Me at the buffet line, whenever the food I want isn't there.
You'll have to do.
So another reckless attack.
Yes, sir.
It's only a 12 to hit.
He is not very hard to hit. That does hit.
Okay.
Oh my
15
god.
points of damage.
Oh my god. He is extremely dead.
Okay. I will then walk calmly to this fellow. You shot me earlier, right?
He looks at you, having just split his friend in half, and just kind of like shakes his head like, huh? No? Huh?
Turn now. And then that's me.
Okay. I couldn't get that guy to X out, so I just made him invisible. Beatty, it is your turn. You see this guy is giving Raz some trouble, and there's clearly, I think you have a line of sight to see, like, there's some stuff going on up here.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and nice to me. So I'm gonna aim at the one next to Raz.
Okay. I'll also
And
say
sneak attack
when
this time?
he does not see you there. You've been stealthy. I will say this man up here matches the description Iris gave you of the person she wanted you to protect most. So when you see Beryl move up to here, you recognize
Which
that
one?
he's the person.
Oh,
Beryl. Yeah.
Okay.
You recognize that Iris was like, pay
Yeah,
special
thanks.
attention to him, take care of him.
Aw.
Got it. Okay, so I'm not gonna move from my spot so I can still see, but I'm gonna aim at the one next to Raz. Well, good.
Roll again in case you crit. But that does hit.
Okay. Alright.
All right, 21 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. And do you get anything special
Okay.
for if you were hidden? So you are an assassin.
don't
Advantage on initiative
know.
rolls, surprising strikes during the first round of combat. No, it's just during the first round, and the other
Yeah.
things you get for. Okay. Oh, okay. So, but still 10 points of damage. He was already bloodied. He's gone.
He's gone.
Raz, you out of the cover of seemingly nowhere. BD, where did you aim that shot?
Head.
Okay. You just suddenly see this person's head like arrows shoot clean through it, and then he just falls down on your shield and slumps to the ground.
Can I see her now?
Do you have to? Yeah, you have to break cover to do that. So yes, you can see her. BD, describe what your character looks like, because now Raz and Kaida can see you.
I would say currently, all black, hood up. You can only see the bottom of her face and very long black hair with silver highlights throughout. But you can't see above the tip of her nose right now.
Okay.
Okay.
No glowing
Do you want to
eyes or anything?
move? Do you want to move or use a
No.
bonus action?
I guess I'll move closer to them now. Since me. Oh, no, because I want to keep an eye on Beryl, so I'll stay right here for now to see where Raz ends up.
Okay.
Kinda.
Sounds good. That makes it the archer's turn. The three of them who are still alive. This one stands up to get himself where he's going to try to. This one is going to try to move out of the grease, but he can't. So at the end of his round, he's going to have to save against that. This guy's going to move out of it and move over here. This one does not want to shoot you, and he does not want to move, so he's going to drop his crossbow and try to stab you twice. He does get... Oh boy. That's a 24. Oh boy. The second swing is a 21.
Ouch.
Yeah, sorry. They have that black flame on their weapons right now. But these are daggers, so he only does 7 points of damage to you
Is
with the
that
2 strikes.
after halving or before?
Half. Yeah, half. That's
Okay.
That is only 3.
Okay.
The
Did
guy
they
here
roll
with
with
the-
advantage? Because
Oh, he did
I did
not.
attack recklessly.
Thank you. Well,
Just in case you crit.
he would have missed both of those if that would have been his only roll. The guy up here is going to fire. He gets, like you mentioned, advantage. That is a +5. That's 17.
That will hit.
Okay. That is 6 points of piercing damage, half to 3. And then the guy who can't get out of the grease gets a total of 7 to hit you.
That will
So
not
he
hit.
misses. And then he fails his save against the grease and falls again. So he tries to move. He's like, get me out of... Whoop! Bonk! On the back of his head again. He's down.
Banana peel sound effect.
Kitty Cat's turn. It's going to try to... Kaida, it is going to run away from you. So it's going to trigger an attack of opportunity if you want to try to hit it.
Do I just roll a regular damage for that?
Yes, you just rolled to hit it.
Okay. I also like, how
Um,
dare it? I was ready to play.
It wants to run away from you and then run back at you. Because it gets a bonus if
Oh.
it does that.
And smiggity snap.
But that will actually hit it. So roll your damage. This thing may not survive that.
Let's hope.
If I... Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh!
it turns around to run away from you and just shatters
Nice.
into a bunch of little bones.
Not even any
Save those
meat
for
on them
later.
bones.
No.
There are not.
What a waste.
No more kitty. Raziel, it's your turn.
Mine. All right. Well, since she got that, what's my distance? Can I get up there? I don't know if I can travel that far. How far
think
can I
you-
move from here?
Probably.
I think you only have
30
30 feet unless you use your wing thing, which I don't
Right.
know how far you can move on that. Hang on, I'll check.
I think it's 60.
That's cheating.
Heavenly wings, fly speed is equal to your speed. So no, you would just still move 30.
Oh, it's just
You
in
just
the
can
air
fly instead of
yeah.
walking.
All right. Let's see. So here, I guess, is the
Yep.
furthest I can go. All right.
You can always move twice. You just have to use your action to do so. But you could
Yeah.
move up to 30 and then throw your spear at him.
Yeah, I could try that. Is anybody visibly like worse off? Like,
Of the
Red-
3 of these guys, none of
Well,
them
the-
have been hit.
oh, okay, even the one in front of Red.
Yeah, he is. He has not been hit yet. Okay, because Red killed this man that was over here
right.
before moving over
Mhm.
there. So this guy is on the ground laying down, but he is not hurt, and these 2 guys have not been hurt yet. I will
But
say I don't
Redvald's
think
pretty-
Redvald.
Beat up, right?
Yeah, I assume Redvald is pretty. I haven't checked his health, but I'm assuming he's been pretty messed up by all this.
All right.
I
let's
have
see.
4 hit points out
Oh,
of
boy.
35.
Yeah, I knew
Oh,
it sounded like you were
no.
getting pretty low.
Oh, no.
Let's
That's
see.
after
I have,
halving most of it.
Jeez, yeah.
Would radiant damage do anything to these people?
I don't know if you would know. You can roll a nature check.
Because I have a guiding bolt attack.
Yeah, you have a spell for it.
Yeah, and so I was wondering if maybe I should use that. And then I already have my divine favor, so that would be bonus radiant damage. And then I could do divine smite if I. Well, no, I can't because it's got to be a melee attack.
Yeah, I mean you can throw your. If you throw your spear, it can deal the divine favor
Smite.
damage.
Oh yeah.
It can't. I don't think it can do the smite damage.
Right.
Because it has to be melee.
or hand. Yeah.
But guiding bolt does. If you hit 46 damage, and it gives advantage on the next attack against that person. So if you roll low on the damage and don't kill them, the next person who tries to hit them is going to get advantage to hit them.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna use guiding bolt.
Okay.
And this is an action, not a bonus action. So.
Right.
Yeah, I'll attack this guy with
Okay.
guiding bolt, and so let's see. Oh, I have to use a spell slot. That's fine. Okay.
You do.
It's just telling me that. All right, there we go. 16.
Oh yeah, that hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, and then 17 damage.
Oh boy. You don't need to worry about advantage on the guy. He's no longer alive.
Good. Then yeah, I did what I needed to do. And that still the guiding bolt had radiant damage, so radiant doesn't
when the radiant
reach
damage
out, right?
hit
It's
him.
just affecting the character. correct?
No, radiant damage is typically something that does more damage against things that are like undead or
Right.
fiends.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
And sometimes it bypasses the if something is immune to physical damage or takes less physical damage,
Okay.
it will do more damage because it if a creature takes less of it, then you'll be able to bypass that.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, but you effectively, I don't know if that guy crossed off on y'all's screen. He didn't on mine, but he is very
Yeah, he's
dead.
crossed
The
off.
guy in front
Okay,
of
cool.
Redvold.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Redvold, yeah, he is very dead.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything else you want to do, Raz?
I'm trying to see if I have a bonus action I can do. I have heroism. Oh no, that's an action though.
So
So, yeah.
you can't cast two spells unless
Okay,
they've changed this. You can't cast a bonus action spell and a standard action spell unless the standard is I think a cantrip.
Okay,
it's
I wasn't
something like
sure
that.
since I had slots.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure as long as I had slots available.
Yeah.
if it
And they
mattered,
didn't
so
undo
that's
it.
fine.
They clarified it.
So did they
Okay.
allow that? If you do the bonus action spell, you can use a spell action cantrip.
I don't remember exactly what it is. It's the same as it was before. It's just more clear in the
Okay.
rules. I just can't remember exactly.
Okay, that's how I've always done it. Is if you use a bonus action like primary spell, you can use a action to use a cantrip. Because a lot of people don't have weapon attacks, and it just makes sense. Okay, then that makes it Barrel's turn.
Fantastic, fun stuff. I have this is 30. Ah, shit, whatever. It's a cone, but that's because I'm gonna run up here somewhere close to them and do a burning hands in a 15-foot
Okay.
cone in front of me at these guys.
I'm sure you
Oh wait,
can
wait,
get all
wait.
three
Sorry,
of them.
sorry. I just was reading over this, and it says I have a thing called Inspiring Smite, and it says
Yes.
immediately after you deal damage to a creature with any of your Paladin Smite spells. Does that count with the Divine Smite
was,
that I had?
the spell
active?
you used was not a
You
smite
used
spell.
guiding. Yeah, you used.
Okay, I didn't know if the
Guiding Bolt.
Divine Smite that I had activated counted, so just checking.
You have divine favor on
Or that's what I
it,
meant,
which
yeah,
doesn't
sorry.
affect.
Okay.
That doesn't affect the damage there.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
I accidentally made this linger. I didn't mean to.
Ah, I deleted Barrel.
Oh my god. This whole stream
He's
lost
gone.
their vision. There's
Welcome
only
back,
two
everyone.
of them alive right now, right?
Yes, there's
one-
only two
okay,
directly
yeah,
in
so
front
I'm
of
just-
you,
I'm
so yeah,
just
you
trying to get
can.
the two of them.
'Kay.
With the burning hands, let me cast the dang spell.
This one's
Cast it.
saved.
Okay, yeah, so it's a DC 13. Prone does not affect that saving throw, which I
No.
thought it did, but the grease is there for a minute, by the way. But yeah, I don't. The thing is unlingered.
I don't know that he's gonna survive.
Yeah, so it'll be
Yeah,
9
no.
damage or 4 on a success.
This guy takes 4. He's the only remaining one alive.
Lovely. And yeah, no, that's cool. I will. I'll stay here, and I'll try to take the heat off of Redvold from this guy, because I just blasted fire in his face.
Nice.
Okay. I accidentally messed up the turn order, so I had to fix it just then. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't see them on the turn order now.
Yeah, Kaida, that makes it your turn, and then Redfall's on deck. There's only one remaining enemy that you see.
And he's pretty far from me, and I am a I'm gonna hug you to fight you kind of fighter, so.
You can always try to run up and throw a javelin at him if you want to. You have javelins.
So, yeah, I was gonna ask about that because it says my javelin only has 5 feet, and I'm like, oh, bitch, what's the point?
So your javelin, hang on, I'll pull up your character sheet so I can tell you about it. Typically thrown weapons, the way they work, most of them have like a 20-60 range.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. So it should say it's 5 feet if you stab somebody with it, but if you're throwing it, if you're within 20 feet, you can hit it with the first increment, which you I think are at this point. Let me check.
Without disadvantage.
Yeah, if you're within 60 feet, you have disadvantage. Yeah, you're not within 20 feet. So you would have to have you'd have to have disadvantage unless you can move closer. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, yeah, no. So if you throw it, you can roll twice and take the lower number and see if you hit him with it. So that would have been the first hit, the first throw.
So my accidental was I was just already on
fine.
that path and I didn't even know it.
If you roll that or higher, you'll hit him because a 12 is his AC. Oh, sorry. The javelin just barely goes wide.
It actually try something.
It sticks in the body of this guy who like fell into the grease. He like fell down, lit on fire, and then he's like, ah! And then the javelin lands in his chest, and you just hear him go, ah!
Raz looks over at Kaida and goes, wrong one.
I tried, man.
Redvolt, it's your turn.
Okay. Redvolt is going to step next to this lone guy that's left behind. Can you see all of these wounds? These arrows that you've shot into me, that your friend shot into me, the guy exploded in front of me, and I'm still stood up. My friend back there, pointing to Kaida, cares so little about you and your people, she decided to throw her javelin into the corpse of your friend that's already dead. We can and will end your life like that. Do us a favor and tell us why you attacked us, and we might make it quick.
I'm dying.
Awesome.
Sorry. Roll intimidation with advantage because you, are making an incredibly good argument given the fact that all these people are dead. He is a very devout person, so it is a. Give me the 14. I'm gonna pose it to see if he's like peeing his pants.
I would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks at you, and I'm gonna give you a chance to effectively stop this. It's up to you. But he takes his crossbow and begins to point it up towards his chin. You were in front of him. You were fast enough to stop him if you want.
Looks like he's going to do that.
He's going to shoot himself in the face. Yeah.
Grapple him in such a way that holds him fast. He can't kill himself.
Okay. Yeah. He begins to try to. He sees the situation is turning dark, and he tries to effectively end his life. So he doesn't have to tell you anything. But as you grab the crossbow from him, you were able to, efficiently pin him. We're going to end combat with that.
Nice.
And so you were all out of combat as you watch this person get pinned by Redvolt, who is literally littered in arrows, has like this black ichor on him from having this person explode at him. God help me. I'm sorry. I'm so brain fried today that I'm killing myself. Not like that, but like making myself laugh. And he is like being pinned down. He's like wearing a white robe. He has a dagger and a crossbow. You're able to get both of them away from him pretty easily. It's up to you guys what you would like to do here. You notice now that things have kind of calmed down, that it seems like this street has been cleared. There is nobody else on the street. You're not sure how long this street has been cleared, but there's nobody here, which is odd.
Beryl will kind of help Redvold by like grabbing the crossbow out of the guy's arms if he's still holding it, in some way. Even though Redvold has him, sort of pinned, he'll try to grab the crossbow away from the guy.
Yeah. You're able to easily do that.
I also want to look at the bandage daddy who exploded. Like, is he literally in like chunks, or is there like most of his corpse intact?
Go roll an investigation check on him, as you kind of like.
Can we hope for chunks so that he doesn't come back again?
Well, the fact that he did that to himself makes me think that if he is in chunks, it doesn't matter for his resurrection. 12 on the investigation.
As you were checking his corpse, what you notice is that it looks like where he kind of like split his head, there was some kind of like that's where obviously the mobility of that action was, and it was kind of, that's where the projectile kind of his body kind of came apart at. So the top half of him is effectively gone. The lower half of him is still whole. And with a 12, what you notice is that you see within him a gem, a black gem inside his chest cavity where he exploded.
Oh,
very similar to the one that you took out of, or helped and assisted and kind of had come out of Scarlett, who is here, by the way. They are just kind of like hiding because they're all a little bit beat up.
Did they come to
they
my
came
house
with you
with
guys.
Me?
I think they just like followed you guys. You were like, "Let's go with us," and they were like, "Okay." So they just kind of like, I've been assuming, like hung out in the background the whole time.
I was kidding about that. They can do whatever they want.
No, they're coming. If you guys invite them, they're like, "Hell yeah, let's go." So they're just kind of in the background, but they, there is a black gem in this man's like chest cavity where he exploded, and inside his cavity where there should be blood and organs. What you see instead is just a lot of this black ichor. And it seems like he is like liquefied on the inside. It doesn't look like he has the same skeletal structure that he should have. It doesn't look like he has the same organ structure that he should have. There's just black goo on the inside of this man.
I don't think he's even human anymore. Well, everybody else does what they're gonna do. Beryl's gonna like CSI this shit. He's gonna pull out some like not a plastic bag, but a bit of cloth or like some material so that he doesn't directly touch the gem. Yeah, plastic evidence bag, and try to pull the gem out of the guy without directly touching it, and actively trying not to like resonate with it. Resonating is like a conscious effort he makes, but he doesn't want it to somehow like resonate with him while he's doing this.
Got it. Roll a medicine check, and I'll let other people kind of figure out what they're doing. Beamy, what are you doing? Or Beady, rather.
Yeah.
Beady.
Beady.
I think.
Oh boy.
Beady. I think she's finally gonna just come on over and just bolt past them and just beeline it for Beryl.
Do I recognize her? Do I know you?
No.
No.
So I
see a dark, just cloaked figure coming towards you, just like she's on a mission.
Beryl, this is probably manifest in why he rolled a 4 on this medicine check. He turns around while he's in the middle of doing whatever the fuck he's doing with this thing, and he's like, are you the one who shot a couple of these guys for us? Thank you.
She's gonna ignore everything he's saying and just be like, Are you injured? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you good?
I'm fine.
She's gonna grab his arms and like, just because she has it in her head that Iris needs him to be okay.
I'm in the middle of it. Loses his grip mid trying to pry the gem out of this guy. I'm fine, woman. What are you doing? I'm fine. Nothing hit me.
All right. I just have to double check. And she'll take her cloak down at this point. Good.
Who are you? Why did you help us? Not that I don't appreciate it.
Iris told me that y'all might need some assistance. The name's Beatty. BDSM.
Y'all are so fired.
I read the name a while ago, and I've just been waiting for someone to say it.
I read it a while ago, and it didn't occur to me.
She had
It's
to
Beatty.
send me a voice note with it. I didn't process it when she did it.
I did.
That's funny.
She's like, you need to hear it in the accent. I was like, okay. And then I was like, Sarah.
Or else it doesn't sound right. Exactly.
That's right.
You're right.
At least it wasn't a font. Sorry, it's a inside
That
joke.
one was good too.
Beryl, midway talking through this person, as she says her name, the gem comes loose. It just took you a while to get it out because you were being distracted. And parts of it kind of like the roots that were around it, like just like the ones that were in Scarlet and the ones that were in those mushroom people in the world below, in the well. Excuse me. they were in there too, but as you yank this thing out, it kind of like breaks them off. And so there are a lot of roots down in this thing, but you weren't able to extract them that quickly.
Sure. Redwald, Kaida, Raz. I don't know if it was the gem, look familiar, by the way, that allowed him to keep coming back or not, but just in case, do you want to dispose of what remains of him a little more assuredly than last time?
Yes.
Acid didn't work, but maybe fire will.
Maybe chopping him up will.
All right, I did technically blast. I think he was in the blast radius of my burning hands. I don't know if that affected any of them.
Yeah, we can say he's like. I mean, you were trying to pull that thing out of him, so I don't want him to be so on fire that you're not able to like get it out.
It's probably
But
charred at least.
A little crispy.
yeah, he has like some fire on his cloak and things like that.
Can we investigate these archers if they have any trinkets on them that might be like if they're well divers or something like that?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh boy. They are wearing white robes. They have the same symbol as the Order of the Martyr. They are clearly, in some way related to the church. You don't find any badge on the ones that you inspect. The badge being the well diver badge. You don't find it on any of them, including the one who exploded because you stole his. But they all have a symbol of Toa, and they all have they all have crossbows. If you want a crossbow, they have a light crossbow, each of them. They all have about 15 bolts each. So if you want to take any of those for any reason, you can. And they're all wearing leather armor. I don't know if you want to take the time to disrobe these gentlemen, but if you would like to, you could.
So
One of them's
while
got a hole in their armor, I'm just saying.
It's a small hole.
while my party of friends here have are literally ripping through and looking, looting all the other bodies, I have a hold of this guy in such a way that I'm behind him with my arms wrapped up around his arms. I've also got him lifted up off of the floor because I'm that much taller than him.
Yeah.
And I whisper in his ear, "You should probably start telling us what you know now," as I bite his ear.
Oh God.
Tysoning
Not
him.
the Mike Tyson.
I'm not going to bite it in such a way that rips it off, but I'm going to bite it in such a way that it really hurts and then let go.
Okay. I mean, you all hear this man scream as Redwald is speaking into his ear and then bites him. And he's like, just kill me. Just kill me.
I'm still
Nope.
holding my scythe and I'm right next to him, so I'm like, I can make that happen, but
As I said, we'll make it quick if you cooperate. So I'm going to start squeezing on his arms to pop the shoulders out.
Okay. Roll. Let's call that an athletics check. That feels kind of like a grapple kind of attack. I'm with advantage because he's already like pinned by you. Oh boy. Ouch.
5.
Holy hell.
Yeah, immediately his left shoulder dislocates and you hear him scream as you hear it pop. And then you begin to pull on his right shoulder, and as it starts to pull out, he goes, fine, stop. What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Why have you come after us?
I was told to.
Who?
What was that, Aaron?
By
Yeah.
who? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. By my, by our master, who exploded behind you.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, was he resurrected? Killed him before.
You killed him before?
Yep.
I don't know the particulars. I'll tell you what I'll tell you what I know, okay? God. He was
Good boy.
Damn it. He begins to detail that the only things that he knows about this is that he was called from the barracks of the church, like his like order has a barracks area. He was called from it in an emergency meeting. They were lined up and they spoke with a man he'd never met before, a dark-skinned elf who is kind of wispy, which matches the description you guys have heard of the elven man who followed Iris and Amania. And they also met with their master, who was the man here, the priest who exploded again. And they were told they weren't told that he had died, so he was unfamiliar with that. The news that you just gave him, he wasn't. He said he thought that his master looked ill, and that he looked off, that something was wrong with him, but he didn't know anything about him having died. They were told to hunt down, to find out where the party that came out of the well last was headed, to try to figure out, to hunt them down and tail them. And they managed to find Raz walking toward the pub, and they have been tailing you for a little bit. And they set up an ambush here after tailing you guys, back to the back to the last wall area, and then coming back here. And Beryl, with that in mind, you now realize that they know where your family, at least this group of the members of the church, know where your parents are, because they've tailed you there.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Your master, when he sent that bone thing after us, he said he found some of our friends. What did he mean by that? Who else from our party have you encountered?
He said something about cats. I don't really know. That was not my master that told me, but the elven man. He's a higher priest. I don't know his title. He may be a bishop. I honestly don't know, but he encountered some of the cats as something. They killed them, and then he turned them into that thing. I honestly didn't know that he had the ability to do that. Raising the dead is forbidden in our order.
Well, we'll have to let Bast and Rin know about that, but Redvold, we can't let him live. He knows where my parents live. No one from here
don't
can
worry about
survive.
that. You've answered our questions, so thank you. Now do me a favor. See your church's god. Tell him to try harder next time. Kai, would you like to do the honors?
Did I cut out, or did Marie?
I don't know. Kaida, would you like to do the honors?
No.
Sarah cut out.
Was it me that broke?
It was a little choppy, but I heard you.
You hear me?
There she is. I think so. There you are.
My power flickered.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I caught the
I worried.
last 30
Oh,
seconds
no.
or so here.
Oh no.
Oh no,
It is
am I
the
lagging
cursed
or is
day
everybody
for
else
sure.
lagging?
It is cursed.
Yeah.
Well, the most important part
They were
was-
offering
is-
to let you kill
Yeah.
this guy because he was because he said he knows where Beryl's parents live.
Oh, gladly.
You don't have to roll for this. You just tell me how you do it because you're effectively able to kill this man. Oh no, did we lose you
Did her
again?
power flicker again.
Oh my god. This is the most cursed day
No.
we've ever had. Tegan gets sick. Marie's power's flickering.
Rhodu's on tornado watch
Rhodey's-
for most of it.
Yeah,
Holy
half
Yeah.
of us have like
We were-
tornadoes and shit.
We ended up being fine, but yeah, we were on
Yeah,
tornado watch.
jeez,
so
okay.
technically-
We're gonna say Kaida kills that guy. We'll figure out how later. But as he falls dead, you realize in this kind of dead silence that there is a pretty grisly scene around you, and currently nobody is here to kind of witness what has happened, whether by design or by accident. You're not sure, but it is very painfully obvious that if you stick around here, it is going to look like you just massacred a bunch of members of a church.
Yeah. I think we should go. BD, we appreciate the help. If you're a friend of Iris, you're a friend of mine. Nice outfit, by the way. I love the latex. I think we should go.
The latex.
BD, as a reminder, you were able to, if you would like to, and if you can hear us, you have access to, oh God,
We lost Marie. Oh,
the cursed day. You are able to guide them to either of the things
Me?
that you have access to. Uh-oh.
And you hear me.
oh yes. Finally.
Yeah, we can hear
No.
you. Could you hear me that time?
The whole time.
Yeah, you're cutting out really bad.
You're cutting out so
I'm
bad.
confused. Okay, we're good.
We are cursed.
Repeat that.
Okay, I was saying.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
oh God.
Hey, cutting out now.
It's kind of.
Are you
My
not
God.
as bad? I
Okay,
heard
I'm
you
gonna
say, "Oh
disconnect
God,"
and
just then.
reconnect real
Oh,
quick.
that was
I
the
heard it.
clearest thing.
No, wait, you
said
sound
yet.
great
Yeah.
now. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Internet? I don't know.
Internet things.
Repeat what you said because I don't remember what you said now.
I was saying, you were given your mission by Iris. You can take them with this bloody scene. You probably want to get away from it. You know of the two different locations you can go to get them out of here. Where would you like to take them?
I want to take them to the docks.
Okay.
So
Then for
to
the
my boat.
okay,
Hey,
do you want to describe what your boat looks like? It's up to
I
you.
don't-
I can
it's-
describe it if you
It's
want me to.
big. I don't know. You can.
Lots of
It's a big
ropes
boat.
on it.
She's got a
Um,
big boat and she
Brain
came
is
out
mush.
As you guys get to the docks, we're gonna expedite this just so that we can. It is the end of the night, and I know some of you are tired. As you get to the docks, you're able to kind of stealthily move around. You begin to notice that there are guards headed in the direction that you came from, and it seems like there is an increased guard presence around the docks as you get here. But you were able to slip through with BD's kind of expert, and precision kind of guidance. You make it to a small boat. It is plenty big enough for your entire party. It's clearly a kind of like I think the term is like schooner or something. Like it's got like a lower deck, but it's built for speed. You notice also that it does not have any kind of like sail on the boat. And so when you get on it, you expect, you're confused about like, how is this boat going to move? But then you watch as BD begins to walks up to the mast, and there's a large gem in the middle of it. As she begins to speak something to the gem, the boat begins to move as the gem itself is moving the water. She is resonating with a crystal that is controlling the water around the boat, and she is able to begin jettisoning you away from the city, and you begin to move out of pilgrimage along the spiral path toward Redvald's home, toward Raz's home, and toward the Shimmering Rift where Anand is. And that is where we'll pick up next time on Punch and Roll for Initiative.
Huzzah.
Woo!
Yay! Cursed night, but we did it.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. I
Sarah,
was
can you
getting some of the
join us
worst
in?
rolls ever too. So
is
Sarah,
that
can you
shit
join us
actually
in 2
working?
weeks?
Yeah.
yeah, you're working.
Okay. Whew.
Hooray!
I should be able to.
Okay. Well, I want you to be able to come back if you can, and like kind of give BD some more story because you didn't get to do a lot.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool.
Didn't. I barely got to accent.
That'll be awesome.
I'm excited about it. Yeah, so we will rejoin our heroes on a boat next time, and you guys will be traveling past a lot of people's homes, which is pretty weird and
Yeah.
interesting. I guess now we're just kind of doing our hangout time after. But if anyone needs to jet, especially I know Marie, you're tired and been dealing with stuff. Feel free to, but anyone else is welcome to hang out. We can do our after-hours stuff.
Sadly, I must bid farewell. I have to rush off.
All right.
All right, bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye, Aaron.
Good night, all.
Bye, Aaron.
Fantastic stuff. from
Great job
Redfall
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, good job killing that guy twice.
No, that's so
Yeah.
Didn't get to do it. Redvold is actually very disappointed that the guy killed himself.
I'm sorry. It was
Yeah.
the whole thing he did.
It was the whole thing.
He wanted vengeance too.
That's good.
We did kill him.
All right.
He is allowed some vengeance.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, buddy.
Night.
Night.
What a wildly cursed night.
Yeah. It's been a weird one in a good way though.
With where we ended up between now and the start of the next session, can we be like having a short rest on this boat as she's guiding us out of the city?
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to make sure we've got a chance for, once we have everybody back, to kind of like catch up and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we could definitely have a short rest before then.
I had to figure I can recover some spell slots, but
Yeah.
yeah, Barrel's also just sort of wistfully
Ethan,
like,
I'm gonna message you.
ooh.
Oh.
No, because chat just reminded me of something that I think disappeared. Okay, so hold on.
Uh-oh.
I'll just message
Oh,
you.
what happened?
It's not a big deal. It's just something. It's funny. You can't. You'll learn about it later.
Big boat companion.
Big boat.
The biggest boat.
Somebody just posted. Oh, you put short rest in the
I
roll
clicked it
20
on
chat.
to see what it did. I wanted to see. if it
It'll-
would
It'll
Actually-
automatically refresh all your resources, but it won't heal you automatically. You have to roll that manually.
Well, I don't have any damage taken, so I don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
I was more
God.
worried about the spell slots.
I'm sorry, I didn't hit you hard enough. Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I'm a tanky boy, so
You were hard to hit. Your AC 20 is bullshit. I hate
yeah,
it.
AC 20 is kind of crazy. I was even surprised by that too.
I'm trying to. Sarah, what did I miss? Send me the DM. I want to know what I missed.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Can you not?
I
Is
got
it
distracted.
a secret?
Well, it's
I'm trying to look
funny.
through.
I don't want Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's making fun of the fact that I got called a good boy.
Yeah, that's fine.
We did. There's a
I
point.
think
we do
Ethan
need,
liked it. How dare you?
Yeah. We do need art of Madam SM.
Yeah,
We do.
Yeah.
SM.
Mistress SM.
When you made her roll for the first time,
Mhm.
I read her name, and I was like, oh. And at first, all I read was the BD, and in our old game, she made her name based on fonts, which is where that joke came from. So my first thought was
This time's
Sarah's
new.
character.
Roman.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
when she and her parents had font names too, and so it was my first thought was, is BD a font? And then I read the last thing, I was like, it's like,
Can I say this out loud, Sarah?
Yeah, say it.
She has weapon mastery with whips, guys.
of course.
Rogues get weapon mastery, which is so. I was wondering what you had weapon mastery with, because
Oh.
I'm sitting here like, what is it with? And
I
it's a
have
whip.
weapon
Of course
mastery
it's a whip.
with whips, and I get it with 2, so it's with whips and my short bow. So
There was somebody in the chat that was like, please tell me she has whips.
that's why it reminded me, because I was looking and it wasn't showing up on my sheet, so that's why I just messaged him, because I was like,
Was your
why?
first attack a
I
nat
see
20?
it.
Am I remember that
the
right?
very first
Yeah.
one.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
so
Plus
much damage.
4. It was crazy.
None of these guys had a ton of health, but my God, you blew through them. I
Yeah,
really expected
they
it
have
to be
very
tougher
low
than
health.
that.
We needed
I
to
thought
blow
I'd have
through
to
them, or
bring in
we'd
the
still
other
be fighting
party.
them next episode.
You're not wrong about that. I always underestimate the amount of time it takes us to do things, and it always takes us an hour for every
I will say though,
small combat.
Yes.
we moved relatively fast this game. The
Yeah,
only
I'm-
reason we didn't
For
get further is because
us.
of the ambush.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to redesign some of our combats a little bit to make them faster or something. I don't know. I've already got all of the enemies like taking turns in bunches, and even that is not very fast. So I'm gonna have to figure that out, because it does feel like if we ever get to a boss fight again, it's gonna take like 5 sessions. Our last boss fight took what, 2.5 or something? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't remember.
I think it just took 2, but yeah. The
It
problem
really only
is
took
like,
2 because at the end we were like, okay, and we're leaving.
Yeah.
We're gone now. Goodbye.
Bye.
the problem though is you've got Barrel, or not Barrel too, but Redvold. When he hits so hard,
He's a
And,
yeah,
like,
he's a
and I can
he's a
hit pretty
Yeah.
hard too, but not like that.
well, you
and
never
so-
hit.
No, that's not true. I've actually been surprised how good I've been rolling in this game until today. It was like,
Yeah.
all right, but and that
I mean,
was the
you're a
thing.
tank. Like you and him
Yeah.
have different purposes, right? Like Kaida,
Right.
Kaida can hit really hard and also has 10 feet of range. She can also maneuver people, which will be really helpful once
Well,
once
and
Marie
that's
and
what
I
was
walk through
funny.
that.
I get in front of Kaida because I see the closest characters coming towards us already attacked her, and then Kaida's first thing is, "I'm annoyed he got in between us." I'm like, "That's my, I'm here to help
Bitch.
you."
I got a
just
long
did
bladed
things.
weapon. I gotta swing it. I'm gonna just smack you with it one of these
I thought it
times.
was so funny.
She wants to hit things. I don't
I
blame
know.
her.
I just thought it was so funny. I was like, "What? I'm helping."
She's a hammer and the whole world is nails. Let her hit the
Yeah.
nails.
Oh, so funny.
Same thing with Redvold. He's like, I see dudes to kill. I'm gonna go do it. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna disengage and go wreck this dude's shit. It's like, okay, you get it, buddy.
Well, and because I've been rolling so well up to this until today, I was hoping it would keep going, and then I would just knock that guy out really quick, and then move up to help Redvold.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, a 1? Are you joking?
yeah. It was a lot of bad. I mean, you're hard to hit, but also like,
Yeah.
we can't underplay how much of a paladin is basically a nuke. Like, if you hit something, you
Right.
can really blow it up.
Yeah, as long as
Uh,
you have
same thing with
spell slots
rogues,
for
I mean.
smite, that's what you do.
Right.
Yeah. Especially like if you have your divine favor on and you smite, like you're gonna do what is it like a D10 with your longsword if you two-hand it, plus a D4 plus a 2D8, I think, or something.
It's some crazy, yeah.
It,
just
yeah, and then
stacks
if you
on top.
crit, it's just like all that's doubled. So you know.
And
it's-
then I have another spell where if I do hit with that, I can hit even harder. And it's just like, I can keep stacking on it. And it's just,
yeah, exactly. Kind of like how Sarah comes in and does like what, almost 50 points of damage or something crazy to that one dude.
Yeah.
The assassin was assassinating.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Dawn.
It was really great.
I love how you asked
Uh.
her how she wanted, like, where she wanted to hit the guy, and she just goes, head.
Head. Right in the head.
She didn't say
Face.
that. She
Right
just
in
said
the
head. And I'm just
I
like,
debated
"All right."
asking, like, do you want the arrow to go through and hit Raz? Like, what do you want?
Yeah. Well, and I did have a thought about
Maybe.
that too.
No.
And I was like, no, it's Sarah. I can't give her the option. I don't want to suggest it because she'll take it. I even almost
Fight
said,
my fucking
now,
power.
Sarah, remember that this is not me. This is Raz. Because I figured she would try to do something like that.
Actually, I
had
do
it.
think one of the first times in our other game that I fought with him, I attacked him,
Yeah,
even though he
directly.
was supposed
And
to
like
be.
my character refused to attack her, and she kept going until I was completely knocked out.
That about sums up their relationship.
No, I had it
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Do you deserve it?
exactly.
It's fine. You watch her sleep creepily, so she attacks you in combat
Ew.
sometimes.
I'm in
That's
that game. I'm
true.
like her guardian. It is not like that.
Mm,
I mean, Emmy's
Bestie, but that's so
watching you
weird.
sleep in this one.
I know.
Watching
So-
him
Hey,
bathe.
she's watching me just bathe.
That's true. Yeah, she
Yeah.
did watch you bathe, didn't she?
Yep. Brought out like Geralt, and she's just taking it in.
I like that she's probably gone now. Like she probably had to leave.
I
She's
know.
not hearing all the slander against Imania.
God.
I don't know how
I'm
much
gonna.
my shit's gonna hold out, so I'm going to jump off tonight. But
Yeah, I think
Y'all
let's say,
have a
let's
great
say
night.
bye-bye to the stream. Good night, Marie.
Yeah, bye,
and
stream.
Yeah.
friends.
Bye,
Thanks for
stream.
joining
Love you.
us.
Bye.
Thank you.
it's
Bye.
raining again.